MrBeast messed up. Big time. And now there are just so many allegations, they're hard to keep track of. And apparently, the worst is yet to come.
Publicly supporting an artist who draws child porn and even owning art is very f***ing bad.
Never, ever let your children join any Discord servers where even 1% of this filth is spoken.
Some of them were just public tweets right under everyone's nose.
MrBeast broke the law.
Jimmy is not the same person that he is on camera.
When I was working on MrBeast, they'd say stuff like this. As soon as the camera turns on, hey kids!
Several contestants were hospitalized during the Beast Games promo shoot.
I went through 32 and a half hours of pain. I've hit my pain threshold.
I'm shocked Jimmy would do something that dumb.
16 is when you're in high school. 11 is when you're in elementary, mother.
MrBeast recently smashed the world record for being the most subscribed YouTube channel, and less than 3 months later is undergoing one of the biggest cover-ups in YouTube history, with victims coming forward shedding light on their dark experiences participating in his challenges. But how does a generous, impossible to hate, philanthropic YouTuber go from donating tens of millions of dollars to poverty-stricken neighborhoods and signing a mega deal with Amazon to being accused of having PDF files on his team, as well as partaking in countless illegal and criminal activities? Hey, my name's PhDT, and in this video we'll explore the corrupt entity of YouTube's biggest creator and decipher the allegations being made against the Beast brand. 2024 is considered the Wild West of the internet, a platform grabbed by all, where anyone with a camera and an idea can reach the pinnacle of fame, fortune and success starting in their bedroom. By many, this 25-year-old is considered to have completed everything in life, changing the face of not only YouTube but turning the entire media industry on its head. But Jimmy Donaldson wasn't always Forbes' #1 creator, and the mega brand started with humble beginnings. On May the 7th, 1998, Jimmy Stephen Donaldson was birthed in a city known as the center of entrepreneurship. The future biggest self-made creator on the planet was born, but it was in Greenville, North Carolina, where Jimmy grew up with his brother and patriotic parents. From an early age, Jimmy always showed desire for whatever he set his mind to.
Little Legos. He was intense and he was passionate about what it was that he was working on at the time.
This is something that inevitably foreshadowed his success on YouTube. With Jimmy's obsessive personality from childhood, he channeled this into baseball, but after being diagnosed with Crohn's and inflammatory bowel disease, his health began to deteriorate, which meant he had no energy to do anything.
I went from like 180 pounds down to 139. I remember 139 because that was my lowest, which at 6'2" was like a frail little twig. I mean, I barely could get out of bed. I had no energy to do anything. I didn't even want to go to school. And I just hated my life back then. It was really miserable.
After ruling out sports, Jimmy went all in on YouTube. Jimmy would go on to create his first channel named Beast 5TY from an automatic generated name, and would join sub for sub groups, gaining quick subscribers. But of course, those fans would never come back to watch his actual videos, and his channel ultimately remained dead. Jimmy had become a lifeless YouTuber without even realizing it. Ironically, the first lesson Jimmy was taught was that YouTube can't be cheated, but he seemingly hadn't learned from this, and little did he know, this would be the primary element in his demise. Embarrassed by the fact that despite having thousands of subscribers, he wasn't getting any views, led to the deletion of the Beast 5TY channel on the 25th of December 2012, when it was at 7,700 subscribers. However, this wouldn't be the end for Jimmy on YouTube, as he had a second channel that not many knew of. The now popular MrBeast channel was created on the 19th of February 2012 when Jimmy was only 13.
Why MrBeast?
The name? Dude, I've had it for so long. Like,
what was the initial?
It's Xbox Live gamer tag. I feel like a lot of people say that, but it was just my gamer tag. I don't know how I got it, and it just carried over, you know?
MrBeast went on to upload various different Minecraft videos.
Not my own friends, no.
Such as Harry Potter mod.
And this is a mod from the movie Harry Potter.
And how to get unlimited diamonds.
What's up, guys? It's MrBeast6000 here, and this is a mod review.
Both very basic, uneventful videos. A grand total of 14 Minecraft videos would be uploaded to kickstart the channel. These videos, in conjunction with various Pokemon uploads, caused MrBeast to hit 100 subscribers on the 1st of April 2013. He then transitioned into Black Ops 2 content in mid-2013, where he began to introduce slightly more unique ideas into the mix. For example, list of the worst guns in Black Ops.
What is going on, guys? As you can tell by the title, this is going to be a video about the top 10 worst guns in Call of Duty history.
And another video talking about the most subscribed channels.
I wanted to talk about the top subscribed to channels on YouTube. I have a list of the top subscribed to YouTube channels, and I have a feeling not everyone knows who they are.
On top of this, he also uploaded a video titled Channel Trailer, which was a video uploaded for non-subscribed viewers.
Only non-subscribers see this video in the channel trailer thing. And that's a problem. Why are you not subscribed to me? Like, subscribe. It's right up there. It's like above this video to the right a little bit. There's this button that says subscribe. Click it. You've been warned. You have 24 hours to subscribe, and if not, something bad's gonna
An early example of MrBeast utilizing slightly manipulative tricks to make his viewers subscribe. Following the transition into Black Ops 2 content, Beast uploaded a video titled 203 Kill Game on the 2nd of August 2013. However, this video was much more iconic than just the 302 bots Jimmy had killed on Black Ops 2.
203 kill game, and I just hit 300 subscribers, and I'm pretty happy about that. I didn't really think I'd ever even get one subscriber off of YouTube. I know how hard it is to get subscribers, and when you first upload, like, no one ever watches your videos. It's kind of frustrating.
Congrats on 300 subs. Looking forwards to more videos. MrBeast continued to upload Black Ops 2 videos until he uploaded the video How Much Money Does PewDiePie Make on the 11th of November 2013, which was his first semi-viral video.
Which is, how much does PewDiePie make? And to be honest, it's probably none of our business how much PewDiePie makes off of YouTube, but
Jimmy also mentions in this video that he wanted to show everyone the potential to earn on YouTube, which looking back from now seems comical.
If you actually stick with it and upload till you get a big channel, your earning possibilities through YouTube are limitless. So, PewDiePie on average gets $3.50 per 1,000 views. So now we have to divide the 3.9 million views he gets per day by 1,000 and then times it by $3.50. So if you do the math and work it out, you can do it on your own if you want to. 3.9 million divided by 1,000 times 350 is $13,650. That is how much PewDiePie makes per day, $13,650.
This video was the kickstart to a series called How Much Does Said YouTuber Make?, where Jimmy would take the view count from different YouTubers and estimate the money they were making from ad revenue.
Today I'm going to be talking about how much KWAR Speedy and his crew make off of YouTube.
He'd even uploaded one for himself in March 2014 where he displayed a screenshot showcasing his $100 earnings from 74,000 views.
And the amount I've made is actually really small in comparison to the other 500,000 people that upload videos to YouTube. I generally make videos talking about how much other YouTubers make. I think it'd be fun, cool, mix it up. And so here we go. I'll just throw a picture up in the video. You're looking at it, it's on your screen. It took me 75,000 views to make my first $100 off of YouTube.
A number that seemed impressive at that time, but would later become laughable as his channel continued to grow. Only 1 month later, in April 2014, he'd reached 1,000 subscribers, in which he featured his room and setup tour.
So yeah, it has come to my attention. I'm actually sitting down. Let me stand up real quick. Flash is on, as you can see. That's a little annoying. It has come to my attention. I've hit 1,000 subs, which is pretty awesome. I should say thank you. Thank you all for subscribing. I don't really know why you're subscribed to me, because my videos kind of suck. And a couple people wanted to know my setup. A couple small YouTubers were wondering how I recorded my stuff and everything.
Following this up by uploading a video titled Motivation would make it clear that Jimmy was extremely driven with a strong mindset from the beginning, a mindset that would continue to grow his channel further.
Why aren't you doing that? Why don't you spend your free time working towards that goal? Why, if you want a big YouTube channel, why don't you upload? Why don't you get a big channel?
Very good point, but easier said than done, haha. MrBeast used this mindset and motivation to upload a variety of different videos, but doubt was set in the mind of even the biggest creator. MrBeast uploaded a video titled Quitting on the 6th of February 2015, in which he explained that he hadn't uploaded a video in a month and he thought it may be high time to hang up the boots.
Pretty sure I was done with YouTube. When I was 12, that was like all I ever wanted to do was be a YouTuber, and I've uploaded probably over 1,000 videos to YouTube between all the channels I've had, and I've deleted a lot of them. I only have like 200 on this channel, but YouTube used to be my dream when I was younger, like 12 years old. From 12 to like 14, that's all I ever talked about in school. That's all I ever did. I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I don't know, more recently I've gotten other priorities. I spent the entire summer playing basketball. I practiced basketball 2 hours a day.
A statement that would be placed in oxymoron with his closing speech.
You guys have left a lot of nice comments, and it makes me want to keep producing content, especially because I know people are going to watch it. The last couple of videos I uploaded all broke 200 views, which is pretty crazy.
What's eerily scary was that MrBeast knew he was going to be huge, even before amassing a following. This reinforces the point that you can become whatever your mind believes. Either that, or MrBeast's blow up was a raging conspiracy, something we won't ponder on too much for the sake of this video. Jimmy saw himself as a huge YouTuber and started moving towards that image in his mind. This image seemed to be so vivid that in October 2015 he scheduled an upload for 6 months into the future, where he showed himself having 8,000 subscribers, saying that in 6 months he wishes to have at least 15,000 subscribers.
I made 4 videos. I schedule uploaded a video for 10 years in the future, 5 years in the future, 1 year in the future, and then 6 months in the future. And so far, my 6-month video, as we're about to react to, went public, and we still have the other 3 we're waiting for. 9.5 more years till my 10-year video goes up. That's gonna be crazy. What? Stutter? Anyways, the description of this video says, "Dear future me, please do not be dead."
This video was then uploaded 6 months after recording, as anticipated, during April of 2016, by which point he was at 25,000 subscribers.
Got a random spark of motivation to make a video and schedule upload it 6 months later. So yeah, I'm making this video right now and I have 8K subs. Hopefully in 6 months I don't still have 8K subs. And yeah, I'm just gonna schedule upload this video for 6 months down the road, and then after this I'm gonna schedule upload a video for a year, and then 5 years, and then a decade. Hopefully dude, if I'm still doing YouTube in a decade, that'd be crazy. But yeah, what would I want to say to me in 6 months? Hopefully you're still uploading daily. Let's see, 6 months, hopefully you have at least 15,000 subscribers, future me. That'd be embarrassing if I don't. Then you guys are gonna like, oh yeah. Yeah, as of right now, I'm enjoying YouTube. Hopefully future me still enjoys it. And I don't know, I'd be crazy if I had some ridiculous amount of subscribers, like 20K or something. That's ironic how I made this 6 months ago and I said that, and now I do have 20K.
Clearly, he'd outdone his goal by almost double, and it was also around this time when Jimmy changed the name of the channel from MrBeast 6000 to simply MrBeast.
Boys, my channel name is no longer MrBeast 6000. The name of my channel is MrBeast 6000. Wait, what'd you say? You said it was MrBeast 6000. What does the 6000 mean? It doesn't really mean anything. Just about any time someone asks for my channel name and I give it to them, they always go, what does the 6000 stand for? And when I tell them it has no meaning behind it, they just look at me. They're just like, then why is it in your name, you know? And the thing is, if you search MrBeast or if you search MrBeast 6000, either way I still pop up, so it's not hurting the channel. So here are the reasons why I changed my name. The 6000 really didn't mean anything. Having the 6000 made it way harder to remember my channel's name. Let's be honest, having numbers in your YouTube name kind of makes you seem less professional. I know like Boogie2998 or whatever his name is, he's pretty famous and he has numbers, but for the most part, numbers make you look less professional. And the final and most important reason is, honestly, I don't like the way MrBeast 6000 sounds that much. I just don't like it.
Jimmy continued uploading mixed gaming content up until 2016, but realizing the limitations of this niche, the main one being fame, Jimmy decided there needed to be change.
I find commentaries very boring now and unoriginal. I've seen them, you know, way too much. I've seen them for the past 5 years and they're just boring to me. That is me. And on top of that, many people come across multiple YouTube commentators every day and it's just, there's nothing unique about it. You know, someone sees your video, it's just another Call of Duty commentary. And then after that, they're gonna watch someone else. You don't really stand out and it's hard to really build an audience on that nowadays.
So in early 2016, MrBeast made a move that would change his channel and eventually the face of YouTube forever.
The cheapest I could find it on eBay was $270. I'm selling to you for $250 and then an extra $100 for the Elgato game capture, which I bought literally a month ago for $200. Okay, so you're getting an Elgato game capture for 50% and you're getting a PS4 for cheaper than I can find it on eBay used. So this is a good deal. $350 for a PS4, Elgato game capture, PlayStation controller, PlayStation little mic thing that comes with it, and Advanced Warfare. You're getting all that for $350. Beast, don't sell your PS4. Beast, what are you doing? Beast, you're gonna regret selling your PS4. Don't do it. And honestly, I've not played my PS4 since the end of the Black Ops 3 beta, and I think a lot of people forget it's just a PlayStation. It's just a console for video games. It's not a necessity to life. I do not need a PS4 to survive. Yes, I might slightly regret selling my PS4 later, but the thing is, I don't really use my PlayStation. I'm gonna use the money to buy better lighting, pay off this camera, buy things I'm actually gonna use every day.
Alongside shifting his content focus, Jimmy also begun introducing his childhood friends into his YouTube videos, such as Chris Tyson, aka Ava Tyson.
Chris, why'd you break my laptop? I'm sorry.
A key figure who would play a major role in the precedent downfall of MrBeast.
I have killed MrBeast, and I am anti-Beast.
Me and the laptop are lovers now. Beast treated the laptop so bad, but I saved it from Beast. We spoon every night. This should be in the outtakes. I don't know why I'm having so much fun. It's like...
Not long after this transition, MrBeast uploaded his subscriber goals for 2017 in March of 2016, where he mentioned,
I know this is gonna seem really out there and, you know, kind of outrageous, but my goal for next year is 100,000 subscribers. I currently have 20,000 and I plan to have 100,000 in a year. So my comment would go 20,000, 100,000. And a lot of you are gonna be like, oh, Beast, you'll never reach that. But I don't know. I never thought I'd have 7,500 now and I have over 20,000, so.
Only 4 months after uploading this in July 2016, following some bizarre uploads, such as counting to 10,000,
74, 9,975, 9,700, or 9,976, 9,977, 9,978, 9,970, 9,980, 9,981, 9,982, 9,983, 9,984, 9,985, 9,986, 9,987, 9,998, and 9,999. 10,000. Oh, that's right.
And cutting a table in half with a plastic knife, the MrBeast channel hit 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, I got it, yes.
These videos entailed Jimmy having to complete monotonous tasks over a long period of time and would become iconic on the channel as the audience began to recognize him as someone who would go above and beyond to complete outrageous, almost pointless challenges for the purpose of videos.
There's no f***ing way.
Recording? Yep. Alright. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Alright. Well, Logan Paul.
No way!
Bro.
No way! He just sits there for 17 hours and says my name!
Yo, wait, what?
It's degenerating into not even your
No,
name
he's just
anymore.
saying gibberish, but bro, that's 8 hours in, bro. If that's like only 8 hours in, I'm gonna go 15 hours in. Let's see what it sounds like. Yo, what is my life, bro? This is crazy. I gotta see him hit 100,000. Look, he's about to hit it.
Be a maverick. Be different. That's my boy. You're good, bro. Hand him the survey. LoganPaul.com/shop. I will see you guys later.
Yo, what a legend! Holy shit!
OMG. Dude, you got so huge so fast. Congrats, man. You're awesome. Remember, I was here since 16,000. Congrats. Been here since 2 subs. XD. Wow, I remember when you hit 15k, and this is just insane how much you've grown. You're finally on the road to get what you deserve. MrBeast continued growing in popularity with these iconic style of videos, such as reading the whole B-movie script and watching Dance Till You're Dead for 10 hours straight. However, there was one video in this genre that would explode the growth of the Beast channel. On the 9th of January 2017, MrBeast would upload a video titled, "I Counted to 100,000.
Don't believe me? Just watch this video. All I want to say is, just tweet the video out, share it with, maybe Keem or...
This video was a single 24-hour-long stream of Jimmy counting numbers. It helped MrBeast gain 10 million views and 90,000 subscribers in the 5 days following the video's release, which established MrBeast as a channel that was willing to do absolutely whatever necessary to create attention-grabbing videos.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be reacting to the reaction of the reaction to the reacting of the reaction to the reaction of the reaction to the reaction of the reaction of Donald Trump.
Girlfriend: hey babe, you want to go out tomorrow? Him: no, I can't, I'm counting to 100,000. You spent a whole day of your life counting. I hope you live your life to the fullest hereafter. You are persistent for sure. I'll put in a good word to Santa for you, Jimmy. You are quite a young man. And a good one too. Only 2 months later, in March of 2017, MrBeast was at 800,000 subscribers, and at this rate, it was undeniable that the MrBeast channel would surpass 1 million subscribers.
The fact that people watch the crap I put on the internet, just, it makes it a lot more motivating. I don't know if it just, it makes you a lot more motivated to make content.
Shortly after hitting 1 million subscribers, MrBeast would go live to do yet another tedious challenge, which has now been removed from his main channel.
Hi mateys, hi mates, hi lads, laddie poos. Hello boys, I shall begin.
Involving spinning a fidget spinner for 24 hours.
Let's hit start on the timer.
Unsurprisingly, staying awake for 24 hours would take a toll on anyone, and cracks would be seen for the first time in the nice guy MrBeast persona.
It's not Luke, I'm reading donations. It's not Luke, jeez. Okay? Don't make me beat you up. I will. Andres, can you please just choke? I'd appreciate it. Oh, look at you giving your ad revenue to charity. I should do that, but nah, I like money. I'm kidding, charity. Subscribe to my iFunny Detroits. How about you yourself? Can I bust a nut all over your face for $1,000? You can do whatever you want to my face. Watch every single Leafy video in one sitting. I know one can't soon. I'm just kidding, Leafy, just kidding. Don't roast me, love you. Why are you doing this challenge again? I already said why I'm doing this again. It's clearly written right up there. See that red text that says read?
MrBeast can be seen using vulgar language and being disrespectful to his viewers. as well as using the word which is considered a homosexual term.
Do not donate money and curse, okay? There are little kids here. We don't say bad words, okay? Don't fucking say okay? It's a bad word. Jeez, kids are watching. Can you say Dan is awesome? Sub to James RB10. No, I can't, because you're selling word for $400 money. The most I would pay is like $300. Sorry, $400 is just out of my price.
Jimmy also threatens to strangle his audience after clearly acknowledging the majority of them being children.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you. I told you. Alright, sorry mom. I'm going to strangle you. I told you. Read that! Okay, I'm done explaining it. Okay, I'm done explaining it. Selling 10 for $69 each? That's a steep price. I don't think you're gonna get any sales. I'm kidding. This is YouTube, and I have to be very kid-friendly. I can't curse because I need to keep my ad rates high, and I'm not supposed to talk about or alcohol because then advertisers don't want to advertise my content, you know? So I'd appreciate it if you didn't bring it up, mate. I'm trying to be kid-friendly here and support my kid audience so I can make a lot of money.
A viewer then mentions in his chat the possibility of them unaliving themselves, to which Jimmy encourages them to live stream it.
I'm gonna kill myself. Don't. Then I'd feel bad. But if you live stream it, you'd probably get a lot of donations. Set the next world record by spinning a fidget spinner for 24 hours while getting your erect tickled by me. Okay, Bounty King. I mean, if you really want to play with my dick, I mean, I guess we can arrange for that. I didn't take you for a guy swinging that way, but if that's what pleases you, sure. I'll let you play with my penis. Didn't you just freaking say that? You How about you shove it up your butt?
Jimmy continues to become more insensitive throughout the stream.
I think I'm gonna beat your record and start a war. Fight me right now. A war? What is this? The Middle East? Ah ha ha ha! I'm so funny. Are you gonna use the bathroom though? Only when I have to pee. But yeah, like, yeah, I'll just take you guys in there with me. I'm not insecure about my length. You guys can watch me pee. It's fine. It's all good, boys. Am I not? Only on Sunday. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. No.
Somebody said, "Suck me, daddy."
Suck my motherfucking.
Look, here is Jimmy's right here. It's he just puts it on his.
When the women say, when everyone knows black people are bigger, so you disguise your dick as black. So it's
looks like a dog's.
Because you play with dogs all the time, right?
100% of every day.
Yeah. Off, you dumbass.
Yeah, this is definitely pre-recorded. All right, here we go. Yep, pre-recorded this just for you, you retard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wasn't paying attention. Me. Well, I guess that's it. I accidentally.
As his live streams amassed, the gaps in his nice guy persona would continue to be questioned.
This guy knows his blowjob skills.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, hey, my 12-year-old fans will enjoy that. Coming from some nice Minecraft gameplay to learn about blowjobs.
You know this is gonna make it on YouTube Kids somehow.
Why do girls wear short dresses? Why does it not surprise me that a guy that looks like this is asking about girls' dresses? Can I f my dog? I'm gonna be real with you, man. You can honestly like almost anything.
Additionally, MrBeast can be seen encouraging his young viewers to carry out silly tasks.
I want you guys to go into a really public area and I want you to scream, MrBeast! As loud as you can.
MrBeast! 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 MrBeast!
To which he'd make a follow-up video mocking them after they'd listened.
I can tell you guys what to do, and dozens, potentially even hundreds of you would do it. Alright, Mom, I'm heading out.
Where are you going, son?
Oh, this YouTuber I watched, he told me to run down the street screaming his name, so I'm gonna do it.
You're so funny, James. What are you actually gonna do? I knew I should have had an abortion.
Mom, I'm so excited. I can finally upload me running down the street screaming MrBeast. This is the greatest day ever.
You can.
Well, Mom!
Where the hell did I go wrong? Your dad should have just pulled.
When some on the internet with crappy jokes tells you to do something, you shouldn't do it. I mean, what if in a couple of years I become a like PewDiePie? Are you still gonna do what I say then? So I've now realized that a majority of my audience is a bunch of little kids. Well, actually, I've known that for quite a while. So basically, I've realized that my audience is really young and that they'll do whatever I say. I want you to go grab your mom's debit card and donate all of her money to me. What's 1 + 1? The amount of genders in the world. Why are you funny? LOL, JK. Why are you like 12 years old? What are you, kidding?
Yeah.
So
I put the game engaged.
So, yeah, we're no longer lovers. I thought I'd update you guys on my life, if that's the thing.
I know, we're both very sad that we don't get to have like anymore, but at least we still get to cook together and make wholesome memes.
Yeah, and I still get to use them to stretch out my videos.
That's not the only thing I should have. Hey!
Not anymore though, Dad. I dare you to read the entire B-movie script. I already did that. I dare you to send fine. Send back.
Jimmy, why are the cops here?
I told you to stop Snapchatting 12-year-old girls.
I'm sorry! What's wrong with my wife? My pregnant wife keeps crying. Every day she cries at everything. Even when we're out and she holds my hand really tight, she hugs me and cries almost every day. What is wrong with her? Why is she so emotional? Dude, this is a very common problem we have. You see, we spend most of their life in the kitchen. It's just a fact. And, you know, when they finally get out of the kitchen, it can be kind of scary, okay? She'll get over it. Right now, she's just not used to the outside world, but it's all right, man. She'll get used to it. Remember, niece, sniff, nifty Nigerian, Yardley. You think I'm gonna say it? Nincompoop. I'm not gonna say the N-word. Dumbass. I'm independent, and I'm relying on the videos I post to support me. Anyways, let's get back to the keyboard. I feel like the guy who listed it on Amazon, when he got the email saying I purchased it, he was probably like, wow, someone's f***ing retarded.
Flash, Mexican Flash.
This video has been taken down to Mexican video.
This video violates the rules of Mexican rights.
Well, women are stupid because they're inferior to men.
Let's do it.
Should I just like my wrist with this on camera for views?
This video is sponsored by, what was the name of that website? By CSGO Lotto.
This is a free knife. Just use code SCAM or that wasn't funny. I'm just gonna myself. All right, bye.
In May of 2017, MrBeast would also be featured on the Hot Wet Soup podcast, in which he and the other crew members would mention the inappropriate things they would do to a then 14-year-old girl.
And he did say that he enjoys the Catch Me Outside girl and thinks she's funny, so let's just...
So that just shows what...
Let's be real, you want to put your dick in her?
I mean, it's
probably not.
Enjoying and
I was
enjoying
yes.
someone
Yeah,
and putting your dick in someone is a whole different
No.
story. Yeah.
I mean, she probably has AIDS. She's like 14 years old. She probably has AIDS already.
Well, I was gonna say,
have you guys seen that one video? My wife actually showed it to me because she saw it. There was one video of like, it was on her channel. I don't know if it was a vlog or something, but it was like her producer or manager or something was like at a bonfire with her, and he's like grabbed her boob. She's like 14, right?
Yeah.
Like he like grabbed her boob and like at first it looks like he's just like holding his hand on her chest, which I don't know why he'd fucking do that. And they turn around and his hand just stays on her boob, and as they walk, it's just like grasping her boob. He's like 30 years old. Pedophilia is acceptable?
No,
like
seriously.
I mean, as long as there's no penetration, I mean, what's age anyways, right? I'm just
I don't think she's 14. They're too big to be 14.
Be white.
That's actually, we're not racist. The cops are.
I'm part cop.
Click here to enlarge in your penis. Why not?
Oh, aren't you impressed? JK, I'm not a fan. Maybe we just need to nuke people and that will get rid of this. Wow, cars really went downhill after those allegations.
Although disrespectful and very inappropriate considering his audience demographic, giving MrBeast the benefit of the doubt here, would be fair, as at the time, being a teenager and experimenting with his humour during a period when edgy jokes, including racial humour, were more common, meant this wasn't enough to ruin the reputation of the face of YouTube. On the 16th of June 2017, MrBeast uploaded a video titled "Giving a Homeless Man $10,000. This video would become iconic, as it was the first installment of MrBeast giving away stupid amounts of money for a video, and was the start of a journey in which he tried to change the world for the better.
This is a new weekly series where I'm getting companies to sponsor my videos, and I'm giving 100% of what they pay me away to random people. For example, this video is sponsored by Quid. I'm doing a brand deal for Quid and they paid me $10,000. And I'm taking that $10,000 and giving it to this homeless man.
Hey, how's it going? What happened? Like, I mean, you want to care to tell me?
I moved here from Wilmington.
Mm-hmm.
Lost my job, having family.
So you don't really have much? Yeah. Well, I'm a YouTuber. I mean, you can see the camera. And so it's a series where I just, you know, be nice and just give people some help. So if you want to take it, it's about $10,000. I'm not joking. It's real. So, yeah. So, now I have about 1 million subscribers. So I just wanted to do some good. I swear, man.
I got enough shit bad, man. Please don't mind.
I'm serious, man. I promise. Well, that's kind of weird, but pinky promise. Yeah, like I said, I'm a YouTuber, and I'm just going around doing some good. So.
Nah, you fucking with me.
No, I'm not.
That's real.
Yeah, I swear. No, I don't like.
No, man. Are you serious?
I swear. And problem is I don't want you, because like I said, this is a YouTube video. I don't want you to get like robbed or something. So do you have like a bank account or something you can put it in?
This was seriously so nice of you, man. MrBeast, you helped me regain my hope in humanity, which I lost by watching the news. This is basically how these helping the homeless videos should be. Respect to you, MrBeast, even though your whole channel is just a meme, laughing face. Man, I didn't expect you to actually do that, because you make videos of watching paint dry and spinning fidget spinners for 24 hours. Awesome. MrBeast continued this trend with Uber drivers.
Are you kidding me? Is this fake?
No, no, no.
Oh my god! Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. You have a great night.
Twitch streamers.
His face.
He just donated $15,000 more. Oh my god! $15,000 more, dude! He put the name Giant Asian Sticker. Oh, gross! My snot just came out of my mouth. No way! Bro, no way! No way! Bro, yo, actually, man. No way. Bro, yo, Mr. Beast, yo. No way. Bro, yo, that. Oh my god. He donated 200. Bro, no way.
And pizza delivery guys.
No! Are you serious?
Okay, actually I lied. It was $300.
Really?
Yeah.
God, guys, in your hand. Thank you for. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, you don't have change for $300. I don't know what to do. I just gotta keep it.
Oh.
Here, you wanna?
God, yes. Oh my god, thank you.
And his name grew bigger and bigger.
Okay. Okay. You're not putting me on YouTube, okay?
I'll do what I want to do.
Your cute little face. Get it out of here. You're doing your thing. I know what you're doing right now. This is the video. I know what you're doing. You're like, you go, watch this. Here we go.
Yep.
5, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, let's see what it is.
Yep.
That was like 50,000. Let's see what it is.
Streaming on Twitch became a competition for who would next be gifted money by MrBeast. How to get rich, do daily Twitches, and have extremely good luck. Well, time to quit YouTube and start Twitch. And as you can probably guess, this series was extremely popular given the fact that very few other YouTubers on the platform had resources to perform such stunts.
Essentially, companies give you money, and in return, you just put a 60-second, sometimes 90-second little ad in your video.
However, these videos would be nothing compared to what MrBeast did on the 2nd of December 2017, when just under 2 million subscribers, Jimmy wrote a check to his mum for $100,000 in an attempt to help pay off her mortgage.
As you know, I do lots of videos with Quid. So what do you think I got you this time?
Car.
Car? Yeah. Why didn't you recommend that? That would have been good.
Okay, a kitchen remodel. Or my remote car.
Actually, I lied. We got you a car.
Really?
So you saw me carrying this, and so I wanted to give you money to put towards your house or something. Don't you owe a lot of money in your house? Yes. So I wanted to give you a check to help you pay for it.
No.
Yeah. Then like
No.
Quid paid for a little bit of it. You know how much they normally pay, so obviously not all of it, but
No, Jimmy.
yeah.
Y'all are gonna make me cry.
For my mortgage?
I mean, you can buy what you want, but I figured it'd go good on your house. You won't have to pay as much every month. Oh, should we get all emotional for this video?
Oh my god.
Yes. This is good. Good YouTube. Yes, we need a thumbnail.
Jimmy, no, please take it.
All right. Well, Asian sticker can have it.
No, take it.
Where's the house mortgage place? I can just give it to him for you.
The house mortgage place. Jimmy will never be good at adulting. Where's the house mortgage place?
No, I can't take it. I swear I cannot take it.
Well, you're going to take it.
This video blew up, which only helped MrBeast grow further. He then went wild with these types of videos, combining creative, extensive stunts, such as helping PewDiePie overlap T-Series in 2018 by buying billboards and television and radio advertisements to help PewDiePie gain more subscribers than T-Series.
I bought a bunch of billboards.
Dude, we got the double billboard. We don't mess around.
Went on TV.
Grab your phone, go on YouTube, search PewDiePie, and subscribe to him.
Did radio ads.
No one kills memes as quickly and efficiently as this Swedish man.
Bought bathroom ads.
There's our ad. Right above the urinal.
And much more to try and stop T-Series from passing PewDiePie in subscribers.
MrBeast Impact. Yeah, it was crazy. Honestly, what do I have now? I almost have 60. It's working. When all hope thought it was lost. It's like in Lord of the Rings when that part happens, you know? You know what I mean.
He even went as far as advertising the campaign in the Super Bowl where he and his friends spelled out "sub to PewDiePie." His new video style was attention-grabbing-esque, which often involved giving away large amounts of money for the shock factor. As the MrBeast brand continued to grow, Jimmy slowly transitioned into competition-style content, which combined suspense and excitement. Hosting an in-real-life battle royale contest in 2019 with a prize pool of $200,000, it meant viewers were more invested in the outcome of his videos, which kept everyone on edge and only boosted his image.
These are our winners of game number 2.
But little did he know this would come with no shortage of problems. On October the 17th, 2020, MrBeast live streamed a $300,000 influencer trivia tournament, which has now been deleted from his channel, which featured notable creators such as Addison Rae, KSI, and many others. Whilst many competitors were playing solo on air, the infamous TikToker D'Amelios paired up, and the sisters also involved their parents throughout the tournament.
The whole family, that's cheating.
What?
I think it's both of them. I think it's both the D'Amelios. I think it's Charlie and Dixie, not the parents.
Okay.
No, because his dad's leaning in so he can hear. What? That's cheating. The whole D'Amelio family is talking to each other. That's just stupid. 4 of them. It says Charlie and Dixie, not Charlie, Dixie, Dad, and Mom.
How many steps are on the world's largest staircase? Think about it this way. It's enough for me to make a video on it.
All right.
We're writing down answers. You can see some deliberation from the D'Amelios.
Come on.
All right, let's see it. 110,000. 18,000. The answer was 11,674, which means the D'Amelios were closer.
Considering this was a solo tournament, the pair breezed through the rounds, and the live chat pointed out to MrBeast their unfair involvement.
Preston, you just got sweeped.
Dude, I got sweep, guys, but it was all in good fun, though.
Heard some noise over there.
I think the D'Amelio family, now that I've seen the first round, is really the dark horse to win this thing.
The J, what does it represent? What does the P represent? The E and the G.
Oh, man.
JPEG.
I have no idea.
Honestly, if the answer wasn't here, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
JPEG.
Good luck. You were not lying when you said this was a difficult one.
Yeah, this one is. Hey, okay. Closest number wins. This is a closest wins, all right? How many points did Michael Jordan score in his NBA career? Closest number wins.
The Michael Jordan. How many points in his NBA career?
Oh, no, I don't like how fast he whispered. He definitely.
Oh, man.
Jordy, throw up a Hail Mary. Just throw something down.
I got this.
All right, let's see it.
Flip him.
26,000. Jordy, what do you have? 12,000. The answer is 32,292.
Point for the D'Amelios.
Yes.
In the final contest, the sisters paired up against ZHC and went on to win.
All right, closest wins, all right? How many popes have there been? 80,000.
Oh my gosh!
The answer is 266.
266.
So even though she wasn't even anywhere near it, we'll grab from the easy pile. Let's see how this goes. How many slices of pizza does the average 12-inch pizza have? Oh my goodness! And the answer is 8. Congratulations, Dixie. You just got the dub. Oh my goodness.
The MVP for the D'Amelio family.
I feel bad for MrBeast. He clearly worked hard on this, and then to give $300,000 to a cheating family, also seeing that thousands of people mad and disappointed, probably sucks. Everyone's spamming unfair. MrBeast, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Damn, what do the D'Amelios and the Houston Astros have in common? They both cheated. If Dixie and Charlie had their parent, why can't KSI have the sidemen? They are literally looking at their phones for answers.
I hope she and her family have fun spending the money in their mansion, because sure as hell they're not going to be spending it on their fans like they're supposed to. I hope next time, I love MrBeast, I think he's a great guy, but I hope from now on he tries to make his contests a little more fair, because it's not fair to the fans.
After receiving all this backlash, MrBeast took to Twitter less than 24 hours later, mentioning, "I see some people mad that I let multiple people compete on a single team in the trivia tournament. Honestly, the tournament was just for fun and to bring the community together, and I'd appreciate if you were to get mad at anyone. Get mad at me. It was my decision, lol. Pretty sure the issue is it's a global pandemic and you've given rich people more money while some of your fans can't even eat and have lost everything to COVID. It's just about integrity and morals, like how you're gonna cheat in a charity event." The dad fed them answers most of the time while looking off camera. I understand that they dropped out of school to dance in front of their phones, but come on, this is low. #4v1. With these responses, MrBeast followed up with another tweet saying, "The criticism is noted, and I'll definitely keep all the teams the same size next time. 100% my bad. Love heart." With another selfless act of generosity, it still remained hard to taint the reputation of MrBeast, as he had little control over the circumstances of an online quiz. So once again, MrBeast had managed to maintain a sound public image. As time went on, the MrBeast game challenges increased in numbers and size, and he partook in many distribution brand deals. But one question remained unanswered. what was in it for Jimmy himself.
I don't know why, right? And I'm not saying this to make myself look good, but I've just always been a really nice guy. I just have, because I'm gonna be honest, I could have just like done those brand deals, and instead of giving it away, I literally could have just put it in my pocket. Like nothing would have stopped me. But just helping people's fun.
You're gonna spoil yourself anytime soon. You're gonna buy a nice car?
No,
anything?
no. I don't want a car. I don't want a mansion. Cause like how does that make my team feel? That's helping me make my videos.
What about
like,
coming to LA? Are you gonna be?
Hell no. I want to just stay in North Carolina and just grind. I don't want LA. I don't want nice, like, expensive stuff. At least not now. I don't, like, in 3 years, if I buy a Lamborghini, it's gonna look so hypocritical. But just at my current state, like, if I can't buy one for my whole squad, it just kind of feels like I'm just flexing.
So would you
on
get
them.
like land and like a big factory or something?
A farm?
For
like to just do crazy stuff in?
Yeah, we have a warehouse that we film in.
After hearing this, one can only assume MrBeast valued his colleagues and friends and was here to make the world a better place. With all these selfless acts of generosity, how could you not think of MrBeast this way? But the MrBeast character would continue to be questioned. In November 2021, MrBeast would release his most popular video competition challenge ever, titled $456,000 Squid Game in Real Life. As the title suggests, this challenge would mimic the popular show Squid Games, which debuted on Netflix in 2021. However, it didn't come without its fair share of criticism. A vocal portion of viewers felt that milking the show's concept for views completely missed the point of Squid Game's money-conscious themes, especially considering MrBeast's video required a whopping $3.5 million. It is thought that the deeper meaning of Squid Games was to show what destruction financial pressure can cause. In addition, the games being put on by an elite group of VIPs in animal masks for their amusement emphasizes the fact that money is a game for people who have a lot of it, but for those that don't, lacking money is literally life or death. And yet the controversy didn't seem to be an issue for most, because after 3 years the remake to this day remains MrBeast's most watched long-form video of all time. Jimmy, this is incredible. At this point you should take the next logical step and establish a movie/TV production company. You've pretty much already created one from scratch. I would love to see how you could shake up that industry. MrBeast would indeed expand into bigger and better things. During the pandemic, MrBeast Burger, a YouTube-owned ghost kitchen QSR, was launched and initially had a lot of success. However, the brand was unable to keep up with the consumer demand, which led to inconsistent output, leaving consumers unsatisfied.
When you're in the middle of all of this and you have all this stuff going on, whether it's the social media stuff and the filming stuff and the coming up with the new content and new ideas, and then managing the fact that you have 100 fucking people.
Well, we haven't even gotten into the side companies or the side channels either.
No, the Beast Burgers and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Wait, first of all, where's MrBeast Burger? How many of them do you have?
So right now we don't have any physical. We have 1,600 virtual restaurants. Anyone, anywhere can just start serving MrBeast Burger. You just take our training course, order our ingredients and packaging, and then turn it on all the websites.
So it's the same ingredients?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it tastes the same?
Mm-hmm.
It's December 19th, and just ordered this, and it's 10:26 p.m. in Arizona. Ordered from the Val Vista baseline location, and got raw meat.
The poor quality of his food product was that bad that creators took to social media and YouTube, showing their live reactions to them eating his food.
No, I gotta say, guys, that is not good at all. I just gotta be honest, this burger it's not good at all. Just take a look at the inside. I said it kind of looked like cafeteria quality meat. After eating it, I can confirm that's basically what it is.
This shit dry as fuck. Oh! Ew! I don't like it.
They just put freaking cheese on top. They didn't even melt it. Bro, it's literally just a
I can literally take the cheese off. They didn't even melt it, bro.
I've never had food delivered to me that looked that bad. If you're looking to order a hamburger, this is the last place you should do it. And it wasn't even cheap. $12 for Real Sam?
Right.
You need to, as the brand, regulate the quality of stuff that comes out of there. I'm not going to put it on the ghost kitchen, you know what I mean?
As most of the food was cooked by third-party kitchens and branding was provided by the Beast Company, food quality was very inconsistent, which ultimately meant the reviews for his fast food chain were poor, and customers in turn stopped returning. Unbeknownst to Jimmy, he'd entered an overly saturated market with a lack of differentiation, and without quality control checks, Jimmy's reputation was being tarnished yet again. Keemstar would tweet out in defense of MrBeast saying, "You gotta remember these 300 locations had to switch to a new menu overnight to pull this off. It's not going to be perfect, and delivery services is not even the same company as MrBeast Burger, so late food, not even MrBeast's fault." And MrBeast would also follow up with, "I'll be the first to admit, we are not perfect. An overwhelming majority of people are happy with their orders, but yeah, some people had problems and I will gladly refund them and do what I have to make it right." With the continued criticism, MrBeast quietly attempted to discontinue the brand in 2023 and even took his distribution partner, Virtual Dining Concepts, to court. In response, they dismissed the accusations and plan to countersue MrBeast of $100 million, with their legal battle still being imminent. With MrBeast appearing on many podcasts the following year, in March 2022, MrBeast would out of the blue appear on the Joe Rogan podcast. The conversation itself was in regards to MrBeast's YouTube journey and his plans moving forwards with the Beast brand. MrBeast was officially considered to be on the big stage as a podcast that had featured the likes of Elon Musk, and Mike Tyson was now featuring MrBeast. Conclusively, it was only right to assume that MrBeast had become one of the most influential people on Earth, but many were blindsided by this. The internet were in divide after MrBeast had stepped on air with one of the most controversial men in the social media space.
Like, you know, the nigger thing.
Yeah. Saying the word nigger.
You've already said nigger. D is just like nigger.
Saying nigger.
She's calling you a nigger. It's like this boy that he's a nigger, but starts calling them niggers. Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger, especially the word nigger. That's our nigger. About niggers. He says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And then our nigger starts saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger. See nigger. Word nigger. Say nigger. And you couldn't say nigger. And most nigger.
Joe Rogan had been in many crosshairs, spanning his 12 years being a podcast host. MrBeast, on the other hand, was one that actively tried to maintain a squeaky clean public image, so there was some understandable backlash when the YouTuber sat down for a lengthy chat on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Have you ever had a guest like freak out about
No,
that?
you're the first freak out because of headphones.
Not
Is it
headphones.
weird?
No, it's because I hear my own voice. I'm very conscious of that. So now I'm like, fuck, my inflection or whatever isn't.
Sounds fine.
Okay. No, I know it sounds fine. It's just whatever. I'll suck it up.
Some even saw it as MrBeast endorsing Rogan's past behaviour. Shame he's on Joe Rogan podcast. Says a lot about who he actually is as a person, while others as a declaration of his own ideals. Why? Because you say so. It's his choice, like it's your choice to follow. I'm sure he won't miss you. And some just saw it as a 2-hour-long think piece on the ever-changing YouTube landscape.
Yeah, we're mass scale, where it started affecting people's lives as early 2000s. And now here we are.
Maybe like 2010.
Yeah, really was phones. It was
Yeah.
so iPhone 2007, right?
Yeah.
So that's really
Which
when
took years to ramp up.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe even 2010's a little early. Because I agree. It's like, it's not like we've had 100 years to study how this affects us. It's
Exactly.
Like, it's all very recent. Yeah.
And it changed lives so quickly. It went from, 1990, almost no one had a phone, a cell phone, to 2020, everyone has a cell phone.
Yeah.
To what is it 20 years from now? What is it 30 years from now?
Whichever camp you fell in, it's clear that MrBeast's time on the show was a lot more troublesome than it was worth. Although controversial, what MrBeast was doing had never been done on YouTube to this scale, playing with money in a way that nobody on the platform was capable of. Not only was this a personal win for Jimmy, but he also laid the foundations for a philanthropy channel. Every time a video generated revenue, Jimmy put funds back into his next video. The tempo was fast paced, with the constant moving of the eyes. He'd secured various accolades along the way, and in July 2022, the MrBeast channel had surpassed 100 million subscribers.
That's 100 million? Yeah, 10 million, 100 million.
Making him the 5th channel to achieve this milestone. It was clear that MrBeast had paved his own style of content, with his video format being called Beastification. As other YouTubers began latching on, big name creators such as Jack Skeptic Eye voiced their concerns about what MrBeast had done to the YouTube landscape, and how he made things, in his opinion, turn for the worst.
Now Jack, a completely unrelated question. Do you like MrBeast? No. Jack, do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube? Yes. Now, in all honesty, Jack, why?
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
You just don't think he had fun playing Squid Games? You don't think he had fun riding on yachts? Building wells in Africa? I don't know.
If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. We'd see the fun.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to get me with that one, didn't you?
The Beast brand expanded in members and was spending more on videos, delivering engaging content across multiple channels. MrBeast went from 2 million subscribers at the start of 2018 to 300 million in 2024, overlapping popular Indian music channel T-Series. From the very start, MrBeast decided to never give up until he got what he wanted. A feed that's not always achieved by others. Along the way, he changed the lives of so many people, setting a precedent showing that one can achieve anything.
You're crazy until you're successful, then you're a genius. And I think for a lot of people, when you're grinding as a small channel, people think you're too obsessed. You're a weirdo. Stop only making videos. Like, get a life. Be realistic. People will convince you're out of your mind for wanting to do this. I think you're crazy until you're successful, then you're a genius.
As noted, his growth wasn't without its fair share of controversies, but most were able to look past his mishaps due to all the good MrBeast brought to the world. But as with all good things, they must come to an end, and unfortunately Jimmy's YouTube empire would come crumbling down in July 2024, following the release of several damning allegations regarding him and his best friend Ava Chris Tyson. Ava, formerly known as Chris, was a childhood friend of Jimmy that shared living quarters as roommates, and even featured in countless of his videos. Chris, along with Chandler and Carl, would play a key part in the MrBeast channel, and in turn would become a notably loved figure. While Chris Tyson had mostly a successful career being featured on the biggest channel on YouTube, it's worth noting that in 2023, Chris Tyson would find themselves in a lot of controversy after making a transformation, during which Sunny V2 would make a video titled "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for MrBeast," foreshadowing why Ava Chris Tyson would become a big problem in the MrBeast brand. In the video, Sunny V2 would criticise and speculate Chris's transformation and how it would influence theirs and Jimmy's relationship as friends.
The situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent livestream titled "Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes," Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my God, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism.
At the time of uploading, Sunny V2 would be massively criticized.
Wow, how f***ing weird that you are literally reading the worst possible reading from this because of your own f***ing psychopathic opinion on the matter and projecting your insecurities to like other people in this circumstance,
which resulted in him changing the title of the video and even ushered a response from MrBeast in which he mentions, "Yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my fucking friend and things are fine. All this phobia is starting to piss me off." But little did Jimmy know the person he trusted most would be the one to tear down everything he'd built over the last decade. On the 16th of July 2024, Aidrox would upload a 7-minute video titled, "This video will make you hate Chris Tyson," in which he resurfaced deleted old tweets and Reddit posts of Chris Tyson's sexual interactions with minors back in 2017 and 2018. The video especially took a dark turn when it directly references Shadman with Chris Tyson.
Depicts a young girl wearing a "Please be patient, I have autism" cap, pointing a gun at her mouth. She has a fidget spinner as an earring and a spade tattoo on her thigh that says BBC, which we all know what it means. On November 18th, 2017, Ava responded to a tweet from Grande and MrBeast stating, "This is coming from a guy who owns a Shad-based drawing and has it as a centerpiece in his living room." Just some time later, they also posted the exact same drawing laid on the floor with the caption, "Bonus fidget spinners to throw some extra autism."
Shadman is infamous for his explicit drawings online, which include underage individuals in his illustrations performing vile acts. Throughout his career online, he consistently pushed boundaries, even creating explicit content of his own mother. But what Shadman was most notorious for was creating explicit content of Keemstar's daughter, who was 7 years old at the time of him doing so. These extreme acts resulted in legal action being taken against him and his website containing his artwork being taken down. Whilst Chris has tried to cover up any association with Shadman, Aidrox was still able to link the two as being associates.
On June 21st, 2018, a user posted some scenes of a 14-year-old character named Violet from the movie Incredibles. Ava replied saying, "Low-key, she's cute." The fact that Violet was 14 and Ava was a grown adult makes this even worse. The surprising part is that Ava wasn't just reacting to Shadman's work. They were friends or knew each other, to say the least. On April 16th, 2019, Ava will post a clip from their live stream where they accidentally visited Shadman's website. What's even weirder is that they gave him a shout out stating, "Shout out to Shadbase for having safe for work drawings today." I accidentally put up his website on stream.
But things weren't looking good for Jimmy either, because this NSFW artwork was displayed in MrBeast's video titled "Tipping Pizza Delivery Guys $10,000. MrBeast can even be seen directly looking at this artwork. While the short clip is now being edited out of the video following the controversy, it's worth noting that MrBeast has also been seen interacting with Shadman on Twitter in 2018. Despite Shadman's illegal and disgusting content, the MrBeast crew kept associations with him in 2018, and because of the threat that Chris Tyson posed to MrBeast's young viewers, the internet would dig deeper, revealing even more disgusting information about Ava. Texts from 2018 between me and Chris. I was 14, he was roughly 22, The user would then follow up with a video proving that the texts originally came from Chris Tyson, as many were in disbelief. To make matters worse, Discord videos would surface of Chris discussing explicit topics with underage individuals in a call.
His entire life not smoking a single cigarette, and then when he gets 80, he just gets with some dude with some cancer, and he shoves it in his mouth. And his mouth cancer.
That's
cancer
hot.
mouth from cancer. I hope he gets cancer in the mouth.
I know, dude. I would come inside of that egg and then watch her eat it, and then watch her have sex with another man while she comments about how my genitalia can never satisfy her.
Around this time period, Jeanette McCurdy's explicit photos would also be leaked online, with Chris getting his grips on them and notifying his group members that they were accessible to all.
How's it going, you guys? So recently everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy leak of her photo. What the story is, she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out, and she is a very popular Nickelodeon star on the show iCarly, and probably be seen as the pulling of the show. It'll probably be taken off the air. Second off, you'll probably see the photos get taken down at some point tonight, maybe tomorrow, because Nickelodeon has that kind of power. But the link's in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that you know, people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it. First off, what I have to say though is that when you look on the news, you see people, they've leaked it's from their girlfriend at a high school, and that girl killed herself. It's a tragic story. Everybody calls the guy a bully, but yeah, when people like Perez Hilton do it, it's considered entertainment. So you're gonna have to think about where the right and wrong is, really. And I think it's all wrong, personally. I don't think somebody should leak photos that were sent in trust, but I guess if that's how President Hilton wants to make his living, it's up to him. You decide. Yeah.
With all of this suddenly coming to light, victims of Chris Tyson would begin to step forwards, sharing their experiences with Ava, bringing forwards even more allegations.
Me and him were both initially involved in running Chris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
Nate's calling me. Hey, what's up? You're on stream.
You just leaked your address. Please end your stream. As well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway and Chris invited him after that, and Chris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Gary's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Chris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different and videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So when it was just a private server, his little circle of minors. And he would use this NSFW bot to spam different images alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy, as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old, and even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming to minors.
If this wasn't bad enough, Jake the Viking, an ex-MrBeast employee, would suddenly tweet out saying, "Jimmy knew," and this was followed up by another ex-MrBeast employee mentioning, "I worked for MrBeast, Ava Chris Tyson is the tip of the iceberg."
Here's a cornfield, I'll explain that tomorrow. I've just been driving by looking to see, is there an FBI raid going on, what's happening? My name's Dawson. I worked at MrBeast from February to May of this year, 2024. Chris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says MrBeast knew, yeah, MrBeast knew. I heard many times that Ava Chris Tyson is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action and she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything MrBeast has done. Amazon, if you can get your money back, get your money back.
On July 24th, Ava Chris Tyson would address the allegations on X, mentioning, "I would like to apologise for any of my past behaviour or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. I want to add, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations has vocally supported that they are false. Having said that, I humbly apologise to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. To lump these two factors together to create a narrative that my behaviour extended beyond bad edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. In past years, I have learned that my old humour is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at MrBeast, which is why I have stepped away." But he'd be met with responses such as, "Everyone apologise to Sunny V2. I told you so. You harmed a child and sabotaged an already vulnerable community. I hope you rot for this. Maybe you should stay away from your family too, if you're just gonna groom your son like you did to the other boys." This is one of the most disingenuous apologies I've ever seen. Later that day, MrBeast would also publish a tweet that not only contradicted Chris's apology, but also ruined their career forever. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behaviour online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all of the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. But things only got worse from here. On the 28th of July, Nathan W. posted a tweet mentioning he'd be releasing an archive containing 500,000 messages from MrBeast's and Chris's old Discord server that showed the team's unsafe behaviour around minors.
Now keep in mind, this server was scrubbed clean before it went public, and this is the result of after the great cleansing, as Lava called it. So there's not going to be an insane amount of evidence against Chris in these logs as much as there should have been, due to the fact that the great cleansing, in Lava's words, happened.
Chris can also be seen directly linking Shadman's site to the alleged minors in the chat. Chris's vile interactions with minors were that bad that even Cupcake Man, aka EDP455, would come forwards releasing a video condemning Chris's actions in 2023, an uncommon display of friendly fire.
Holy shit, man. So my motherfucking main Chris Tyson supports child. He's into that freak ass shit. We gotta protect our youth. We gotta protect our kids and our goddaughters and our nephews and our nieces and our cousins from weird ass freak motherfuckers like this. You feel me? If you guys don't know who the Chris Tyson is a gender. I got nothing against these. I got nothing against genders. If you want to chop your fucking dick off, split that shit down the middle like a Polish sausage and turn that motherfucker into a pussy through plastic surgery, you go right the fuck ahead. Whatever you do, that's your fucking decision. I don't give a shit. It ain't my fucking life. Why do I give a fuck? When you start having an influence on the kids, on our youth, that's where I got a big fucking problem. You know what I mean? And so, Chris Tyson, he hangs out with MrBeast. MrBeast is the most popular. Chris Tyson and MrBeast, they took a picture.
Cupcake Man would also address the strange interactions noted between Chris and Chris's son.
And he was seen his son on the lips. It's your son. Me personally, that is some suspect. That's freak fucking shit.
Shake that booty. Shake that booty. Shake that booty, yeah.
Where I'm getting the whole child at is Chris Tyson.
Cupcake Man would then discuss Lolicon and its relevance in relation to the MrBeast crew.
And Chris Tyson and Shadman, excuse me, they're into Lolicon. And if you guys don't know what Lolicon is basically my the way I'm gonna describe it, Lolicon is basically Japanese manga that is little kids getting getting sexually abused and sexually abused by goddamn by their older parents through anime Japanese manga and the fucking weird ass freak ass emo comic book type shit. You know what I mean? You know how like you get like the manga, the Japanese manga, little comics and shit like that. You know what I mean? By the way, Lolicon is actually illegal in the United States. Any adult that supports this nasty ass, disgusting fucking shit, something is fucking wrong with you. Go get fucking help. We gotta keep our fucking kids and our youth away from motherfuckers like Chris Tyson.
He'd even went as far as discussing his preferences in women.
I have a hard time getting my fucking hard when I'm watching motherfucking and bitches are 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. I'm like, fuck that, man. I need a bitch that got some fucking wrinkles upon her fucking pussy. I'm into that motherfucking granny. I'm into motherfucking MILFs. I'm into cougars, you know what I mean? Like, you need a bush on your motherfucking pussy in order for me to get off to that shit. I just don't understand how adults get off to little kids. You know what I mean? 10, 11, 12 years old. This motherfucker Chris Tyson, he tweeted he retweeted Chadman, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. He retweeted something that said, damn, she looks good for a 4-year-old. It's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, obviously you're in the head. Like my Samuel L. Jackson said, not all your fucking dogs are barking. Something's fucking wrong with you, man. You know what I mean? Obviously something's wrong with you because you're fucking gender and you decided to chop your fucking dick off, split that down the middle like a Polish sausage, and make that motherfucker into a. You're entitled to live life the way that you want to motherfucking live, you feel me? But when you start, putting your gender ways and beliefs onto our kids who are like, super young, super vulnerable, they don't fucking know any better, you know what I mean? That's where I have a motherfucking problem. That's where I have the fucking issue. You know what I mean? And MrBeast, motherfucker, let me tell you something, bro. By you hanging out with this Chris Tyson and Shadman and all this shit, now I know, I'm not sure if MrBeast hangs out with Shadman, but you damn sure hang out with Chris Tyson, you feel me? Now, by you hanging out with Chris Tyson, that's not a good fucking look, bro. And trust me when I tell you this, my nigga. I know you might think that you're fucking invincible now and you can't be touched. You got all these endorsements and shit like that. Trust me, my nigga, that shit be yanked away just to fuck like that. You feel me? And by you hanging out with this, bro, you're putting all that motherfucking shit in jeopardy. Now, what I don't understand is, and you know, it's like, going back to the whole lolicon thing, I just don't understand, like, how grown-ass men, grown-ass adults get off to little kids. You feel me? Depictions of little kids. I don't give a fuck if it's, oh, well, it's Japanese manga and it's comic books. You can twist and you can turn that fucking shit however fucking way you want to fucking turn it, my nigga, to make you not look like a goddamn freak. But at the end of the day, my nigga, lolicon is a form of fucking child. And the fact that you over here liking that shit, nothing gets my cranking more than some goddamn lolly. Damn, she look good for a year-old. Damn, she's sexy as for a year-old. Oh my God, I will like my what? Like I'm just.
EDP would then end the video outlining that he cannot support Chris Tyson's actions, which is bold coming from one PDF to another.
I can't support that shit, bro. Chris Tyson, Shadman, go get fucking help. And by the way, these tweets, they're on fucking Twitter. I retweeted all of this shit, so it's not like the fucking tweets are fake. This shit is still out there on Twitter, my. So y'all can miss me with the bullshit. This is fucking real. I am not making this shit up.
But if this wasn't bad enough, no seriously, if this wasn't bad enough, an alleged victim of SA would come forwards, called Muskina, who tweeted out saying, "The first night at her house she told me to set up in her bedroom as I would be sleeping in there with her. I thought that this was potentially the beginning of a relationship. When we went to bed together that night we ended up cuddling and kissing, which led to her taking her clothes off and asking for oral sex from me. I went down on her expecting to engage in sex that would be reciprocated, but when I was done she made it clear that she did not want to return any sexual favours to me. I was hoping that would not be the case the next time we hooked up, and I believed we would be moving to something more mutual. Over the course of the next week, Ava engaged me sexually and ended up receiving oral pleasure several times, but she never reciprocated any sexual favours in return when I was done. I was too scared to directly ask for anything in return, and she took advantage of that. It's worth noting that it's not conclusive that sexual assault took place, and many are speculating that this tweet is coming from a jaded ex. On one hand, Chris is facing backlash for alleged inappropriate interactions with minors on a Discord server in which MrBeast was a part of, while on the other hand Jimmy is being accused of entirely faking his videos and scamming his young fans, with the majority of accusations levelled against Jimmy coming from one of Jimmy's former employees. Dogpack404 Dogpack uploaded a video titled "I worked for MrBeast, he's a fraud," which is currently sitting at 14 million views. The video started with Dawson introducing himself and making the claim that Jimmy was deliberately manipulating the psychology of young viewers and had been rigging certain portions of his videos.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud, okay? Thank you, enjoy the video.
The claim being made in the introduction of this video sounded very similar to that of Rosanna Pansino, one of Jimmy's most vocal critics, a YouTube baker turned entrepreneur who exposed Jimmy in mid-2023 for misrepresenting her in his extreme 1 million hide and seek video 2 years after which she had participated in the video. She claimed that while within the original video she was portrayed as coming in 5th place, she in fact came 3rd, mentioning Logan Paul had come 5th and that she had seen him seeking with her own eyes after being eliminated. Rosanna would make her way onto the H3 podcast many months later following the release of the MrBeast YouTube original video with the aims of answering the questions her audience had for her.
People are like, why did you wait so long to say something? I'm like, well, I've been writing this for an entire year. That was my joke, but no, I am it takes me forever to read and write. But the real reason, and we can talk about it, is he had us sign NDAs.
Ethan would also emphasize that what Rosanna was doing wasn't necessarily breaking any NDA agreement she had signed, considering NDAs are generally used to deter people from speaking out on exclusive information. Rather, in this case, he mentions Rosanna was speaking out on malpractice.
You can't use an NDA to like hide malpractice. You can do it so that people don't share like spoilers,
right, or
and like
company
secrets, but like using an NDA to prevent legitimate whistleblowing is not really
what it's for.
Yeah.
Rosanna would then talk about her motives for entering the competition, which was to give back to her loyal fan base.
They have been with me through everything for so many years, and I love giving back to them. They deserve it. So when I did this, I was doing it for real, and he said it was authentic. He said it doesn't matter who wins because it's, all the money goes to charity. We're giving it all away. We're not keeping it for ourselves. And it just doesn't seem like that's the case. It's the difference between like when you watch wrestling, where like it's entertainment based and scripted, versus you're watching like an NFL football game, which you're hoping there's rules and fairness and letting the athletes compete and see what shakes out.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm thinking it's a fair game, but it's not.
Rosanna would then talk about the rules of engagement that were communicated to herself and the rest of the competitors.
The other thing that they said is absolutely no climbing in the air vents or the ceiling, and they said it's because they do all their wiring in the ceiling.
Right, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And how Zach King had allegedly broken the rules, yet still placed first.
If it was held accountable, especially because this was a YouTube original production, Zach would have been eliminated for cheating. He broke the rules, and guarantee you, if I climbed in the ceiling, MrBeast would eliminate me.
Here's you and Matt Pat looking for Zach and saying he's probably in the roof, but you guys didn't.
I'm delirious. Okay, yep.
And then you're like, well, why would we look in the roof? That's not even a legal hiding spot. So here it is.
Got found. There's 2 more people hiding. Matt believes Zach's in the ceilings.
I do.
But it's also
the only place they can be.
4:30 in the morning. So I don't know if this is coherent thought.
You're in the ceiling.
He's in the ceilings.
I have checked.
The point is that it was so absurd there. You guys were joking.
Not thinking coherent.
But he was right.
Rosanna would also respond to those asking why she hadn't communicated this privately with MrBeast himself.
Another question that I got was, well, why didn't you reach out to him privately? The video was public.
Yeah.
I found out when it went public, and he didn't have the decency to contact me privately and tell me, hey, just to let you know, to make the video more entertaining, we cut you out. He didn't give me a heads up.
Rosanna would also acknowledge that MrBeast may have mistakenly removed her from the final cut.
At first when it came out, I almost thought another thing people are saying is, well, what if it was just an editing mistake?
Yeah, is it possible that it wasn't done in bad faith, do you think?
Oh, Oh, okay. Okay.
But this wasn't possible, as she revealed how MrBeast blatantly altered the dialogue in the final script of the published video.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. I was shocked, I was confused, I was upset, and I was going, maybe this was a mistake, but then he recorded voiceover and he said a blatant lie. So the voiceover in the video at the very end part says, I found Logan Paul literally 1 minute before Zach King.
Oh, so he's so he's trying to even make it sound like he did second place.
That never happened. Logan Paul was found while I was hiding, hours.
Dude, that's so lame.
Hours before Zach
There's
King.
literally no reason for him to do that.
That is intentional. That's not a oopsies. That was intentional.
Rosanna would also mention that popular Minecraft YouTuber Quackity was also misrepresented after he'd placed higher behind the scenes than what was shown in the final cut.
Quackity, I just want people to know and to hear that he never gave up. He was out there, trying to get money for his community. He was doing it, and I do think he was robbed. I don't understand what happened there either.
It sounds like, according to what you're saying, Quackity should have actually been the winner, and you should have got second place.
Yes, I think he was absolutely robbed, and he's a big creator. He has a wonderful community.
Yeah, yeah.
And he would have been first. I would have been second.
So I ended up being in third place. Because they found me. But Lorraine was in that video, and Lorraine was asleep. So I was technically second place. So I was the second place.
She'd then go on to mention that she felt MrBeast showed subtle inflictions of misogyny and exposed his favoritism shown towards Logan Paul.
And it's also not mutually exclusive. People are saying he didn't edit you out because you're a girl. He edited you out because you're boring. And the two are not mutually exclusive.
Right.
He can edit me out because I didn't fit the narrative he wanted for who he wanted to be in top 3, and he can edit me out because he really didn't want a female there. It can be both. And I just want to remind people of that it's not an or situation. It has to be one or the other. It's just the vibe I got all day. And even at the end of the night, when he said, who wants to go find Zach with me, I offered, and he was like, no, I'm gonna take Logan.
Rosanna would also go on to show behind the scenes footage of her at the time of being caught prior to the release of the MrBeast production, in which she clearly mentions herself placing fourth.
This is when we didn't know Larry had been asleep, so I thought I was fourth, but I was third.
Here it is.
When I came down the first floor, I was hiding underneath a metal staircase, and I could hear people going up and down it. And then Jimmy told us to move again, so I jumped into an x-ray machine and I was hiding in there. And then he said we had to move to where the mannequins were on this side of the stadium, and I think I was already on that side, but I didn't know that. And so I got out of the x-ray machine right when Jimmy is driving by on a golf cart. Just, oh my gosh, just bad luck. But I made it to top 4, 4th place. So I'm really proud of myself because that's just a miracle. Never thought I would make it this far. And this has been an amazing day. Like, what is my life? This is incredible. Thank you, Jimmy.
And then there's Logan Paul. He could also confirm what I'm saying. He was there.
DMs between the two would also be leaked, and MrBeast openly admitted that his intent of adjusting the placements in such a way wasn't to make Rosanna look bad. Between Rosanna noticing MrBeast favouring Logan and the allegations that Logan Paul had insider knowledge in the YouTuber's fight for $1 million video published by MrBeast in July 2024, it seems Jimmy definitely has a bias for Logan.
I have a conspiracy theory, or maybe I should say I had a conspiracy theory, that this competition in some way was rigged for Logan Paul. I'll explain. I told you guys earlier, 48 of the 50 people rode to the site together on a bus. 2 of the people who didn't were Logan Paul and KSI. They were already at the building, which I found weird. All right. Now, for this first challenge, he knew that it was basketball. I don't know how he knew. He might have got it from a guard. But all the contestants, there started to be whispers that the first challenge was basketball related. Logan knew that. All right. I thought that was weird that he knew that. And that now everyone else knew that it was basketball related.
The pair are evidently friends. And for Jimmy, Logan Paul makes for good content, with Jimmy prioritising quality. What is better for retaining viewer attention in the final cut isn't always what happens in the recording process.
Yay! And after that bloodbath, these 10 are what remain. Yes.
Look, I think I got lucky in that game. I started with the strategy, and it kind of just went to shit. Yeah, I got lucky. But I think this was the point where people realized that I had not rigged the game. I didn't have any inside information.
I thought this was rigged for you.
What do you mean? Wait, the whole challenge?
Like you in case I knew like what's gonna come up and stuff. I'm telling you now because that last one was.
Oh yeah, no, it's just odd.
However, Rosanna's case was treated as petty drama at the time, as she had a music video releasing around this same time period, and with Jimmy being YouTube's golden boy, Rosanna was promptly dismissed, and she publicly apologised for not settling her dispute behind the scenes. Since then, Pansino has been first against MrBeast, vocalizing her disgust toward his work.
So the messages that I have received from contestants on the show are pretty much all telling a similar story, and I find them to be very disturbing. Some of the messages are from people who have competed and they've been eliminated. Some of the messages are from people who are still competing, and some of them are from people that I personally know who are involved on the show. I'm genuinely worried that if changes don't happen on the set of Beast Games, something more tragic will happen. Amazon gave Jimmy $100 million to make this game show. That is plenty of money to make a safe show. And I want to know, where's the money going? Like, where is the money going? It's not going to pay for the crew and their benefits. It's not going for safety protocol. It's just interesting to me that someone who claims that they want to give back and they care about people doesn't seem to do it when the cameras aren't rolling. Apparently, the first video I made about MrBeast and his Beast games is being suppressed and restricted on TikTok as of today. As of right now, someone is trying to silence me. I'll let you guys try and guess who would do something like that. The fact that hardly any large YouTubers are talking about the Beast games is honestly pretty disappointing, although not too surprising. In general, I think basically all the top YouTubers are hoping this blows over so they can keep their chance to do business with MrBeast or be a part of his juicy collab.
But this was the first telltale sign that MrBeast videos were staged. Despite their authenticity being one of their largest selling points, Dawson then exposed how MrBeast was using reward-based psychology to manipulate his young viewers.
All the idiots are on their parents' account.
Now, MrBeast intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple steps, which closely align with the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1 is getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. MrBeast videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away big rewards to his loyal followers. I will show you irrefutable evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with MrBeast in a way that benefits MrBeast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what MrBeast tells you, and you will win big rewards. But you actually won't unless you're famous or friends or family of a MrBeast employee.
Following this, Dogpack pointed out countless fake scenes and scenarios in many of Jimmy's videos.
A large part of MrBeast's brand is the fact that he doesn't fake videos.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, it's gotta be fake.
Oh yeah, it's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real. But also, if what we had to film was scripted, you know, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. it's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted, this action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted. They also manipulated contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general, if anything happens last second, it's fake. Or if you can hear someone's voice but can't see their mouth, the audio could easily be added in post.
I literally think I'm gonna kill you.
And yes, this lie detector video was also fake.
With large-scale productions that MrBeast creates, additional touches to a challenge video after recording is required to set the tone and make his videos more engaging. But what Dawson is mentioning is the complete opposite, and it seems that MrBeast is influencing the outcome of his challenges and contests from head to toe. Not only does MrBeast stage the videos the whole way through, Dogpack mentions that he also uses the same shady tactic that Arak used, which was incentivizing his viewers to subscribe on the off chance they will be able to participate in his videos.
Okay, so MrBeast fabricates some contestant dialogue and timers and movements and storylines and uses a bunch of CGI, but who really cares? I mean, the videos are just for entertainment only, right? I mean, it's not like he's ever rigged the results of a challenge. That would be impossible because he films with hundreds of random subscribers, right? Wrong. Let's look at this video. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend. So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to MrBeast and oftentimes friends and family of MrBeast employees or just the employees themselves. And when they do pull someone from outside of North Carolina, it's usually somebody who's in the industry, who's camera trained, who has built a following.
In addition to this, Dogpack shared a message from another former employee who claimed that the MrBeast crew decided to rig the contest to avoid a PR problem.
If the boys had won by a lot, and because so many of the female contestants were MrBeast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer. You can actually see some of this happen on camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money, but doesn't make the same offer to the girls.
The boys are blowing you out of the water. I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave. Now if you don't win, that was all for nothing.
At another point, he gives the girls a camera drone so they would have been able to see how many boys were left. It doesn't work out, but seeing how much they're willing to help them on camera, I'm willing to believe that they did, in fact, help them off camera.
The authenticity of MrBeast's videos wasn't the only thing being called into question, as Dogpack also presented allegations of him exploiting young viewers through illegal lotteries and scummy marketing tactics.
Hey, how about this? How about you guys go buy this freaking so scared. Buy this shirt because I spend $300,000 filming a video and only people who buy it get to watch it. So I just want to make sure as many people watch it as possible.
So now that I've explained some of the ways that MrBeast lies to build trust with his audience, I want to go on to explain how he exploits that trust for profit through running illegal lotteries, selling fake signatures, giving children diabetes, and more.
Giveaways, on the other hand, are legal, which require no entry fee. Therefore, it is fair to assume that MrBeast is in fact breaking the law to some extent by pushing these lotteries. According to Dawson, MrBeast used giveaways to incentivize young viewers into buying more of his merch and other projects.
To win a brand new PS5, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel.
I can't believe people are still doing fucking giveaways. Holy shit, it's so annoying. Stop this fucking shit. I'm so tired of it. Fucking 10 years of YouTube, people are still like buying subs for this shit.
Over the next 7 days, I'm gonna be giving 1,000 random people that subscribe a free Samsung Galaxy S24.
How is this legal? I don't get it. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel.
All you have to do to enter to win one of these phones is subscribe.
It's a scam. Holy shit.
I literally spent over $1 million on these phones, and we literally found him 1 minute before Zach. I spent over $1 million on these phones. All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button.
Samsung, I just want you to love me.
So yeah, that's what a call to action giveaway is. At best, they are a way to buy subscribers, but much of the time they are legitimate scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these these live streams. They are illegal lotteries where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase. And obviously I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just gonna show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done, and you can make your own conclusions. The FTC defines a lottery as containing 3 elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. To successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors. A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. In determining if any MrBeast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money. On August 2nd, 2020, MrBeast live streamed him and his friends signing limited edition shirts celebrating 40 million subscribers. And here are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this. In 10 minutes, right, because we gotta give them time to do their cart, we'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3 grand in their order. In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes, newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly. Multiple times they would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is gonna win.
In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000?
We do.
Yeah, so, all right, so the newest order, in 30 seconds, we are gonna put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay?
Stevie King. And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very shady giveaway. They just go on to talk about how Steven made a profit.
Steven's a handsome name.
So he actually walked away with some money.
We're proud of you, Steven.
I counted 13 of these extra shady lotteries where they did not give the prize in the original time frame that they said.
Dogpack would then outline how MrBeast lied in his stream after MrBeast mentions they are giving away too many prizes in comparison to the money they were making back from the merch lottery purchases.
Another shady thing he did was constantly suggest that they're doing too many giveaways to make a profit.
My guy over there doing the numbers is like, stop, please. Like, you do realize every time you give away an Xbox and $1,000, you don't make money. I'm like, oh, I know we're not gonna make money. What are we doing, guys? We're gonna check after the stream and it's gonna be like,
oh no, what a waste.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna break neutral.
When there was just no way they were ever even close to losing money on this stream.
I don't know who this is, but you just got a pair of AirPods. Oh my gosh, we're not making money. Guys, we need to stop giving everyone something.
We've just lost like 7
almost everything that someone's bought, we put something in their package. I'm not gonna make money.
In 5 hours, they gave away about $50,000 worth of stuff and sold over 50,000 t-shirts. Selling these t-shirts at $42 each, profit margin would be about $22. But even if they were making like $1 per shirt, they would still be fine. Also, by my estimates, only 1 in every 1,600 orders actually won a prize. And I guarantee he has real-time analytics on his laptop. He knows they make more money every time he says, oh my God, guys, we're giving away so much stuff. We're not even gonna make a profit. Please, don't you want me to make a profit?
Dogpack would then show how MrBeast repeatedly used this incentive to make viewers purchase his items, and showed how these lotteries were carried out over long periods of time.
So basically, I went down the road of making Squid Game, recreating the sets. We're gonna get 456 people like there was in the show. Only problem is, as we're getting pretty deep, we've realized it's gonna cost over $2 million to recreate Squid Game in real life with real people doing all 6 games. So I decided to drop this limited edition hoodie and shirt. It's linked in the description. And we're gonna be flying out 100 random people that buy the shirt or hoodie to compete in the Squid Game. And we're doing this to raise money so we can afford to do it.
I want to meet you.
You have to be 18 to play the lottery. It's gambling. MrBeast isn't just promoting gambling to children here, he's running the casino. And this isn't even close to the worst stream he's done. 4 months later, MrBeast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour live stream with way more illegal lotteries. And by the way, the rest of these streams were taken down shortly after upload, so all I have is some old clips and Reddit threads talking about them. Now this stream did say, we are doing a ton of giveaways, no purchase necessary in the description. But to be eligible to win most prizes, you had to make a purchase.
Would you guys prefer, that we throw money in random orders or that we throw items in random orders? Yeah.
Somebody screamed in chat, I want to switch.
Hey.
Buy a shirt.
In 30 minutes, we are giving away my car.
Jimmy constantly says during these live streams that he's just doing this for fun because he loves giving things away.
Oh, and I just like giving away stuff. It's kind of fun to me.
Imagine you just lost a bunch of money at the casino and the owner comes out and he says, guys, the reason I do all this, I just love giving away money. Also, you're 7 years old in that example. It's insane that he can flip these massively profitable illegal lotteries targeted towards children as an act of generosity.
So I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to go place an order at shopmrbeast.com. Anyone watching any of the lives. And we're gonna throw iPhones in some of them.
And again, there are very few videos of this live stream on the internet. I think MrBeast probably copyright strikes re-uploads, but almost any clip you do find will have some new violation of internet gambling or sweepstakes laws.
I thought it was him. I was like, keep going. Wait, really? Let's go! Wait, that's literally like his initial. Who is it? My cousin.
Dogpack would then reveal that there were other parts of the stream that were misleading, such as MrBeast not signing some of the t-shirts himself, something he mentioned he would be doing.
It does say this limited tee signed by MrBeast and crew, but the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by MrBeast. So here's a clip of Tyler using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory.
If these weren't already signs that MrBeast was encouraging his young viewers to gamble, he almost worked with a gambling sponsor called Mystery Box that Jake Paul and Ricegum came under heat with after they accepted a brand deal.
So Mystery Brand is a website where you purchase different boxes with chances of winning things. Take for example this women's Christmas box. It costs $15 to open and you can win the most expensive Los Angeles realty. But you can't even click it, okay? It doesn't even give you more information, but apparently it's worth $250 million. I love that you can't click it. Like, they're just like, trust us. There's a $250 million house with your name on it. All the way down to Icicle, Site Balance. I'm willing to bet that this is probably what 99% of the people are getting.
Hey, at least MrBeast never wanted to work with this obvious scam. I mean, at least MrBeast's manager never went on some podcast and talked about how MrBeast really wanted to work with this company. Oh, what's this?
Is there anything you've had to say no to? Yeah, tons. Yeah, so a good example. So it was about 3 years or 2.5 years ago when I started working with Jimmy. What was becoming really popular were these like mystery loot crate, like internet sites where it's basically like CSGO skins, but you'd go on and it'd be like, here's the Supreme box and you'd pay $50 for it. And remember, it was didn't Ricegum did quite a few people. Yeah. Yes, Yeah, they got a lot of hate for that. Right. Jimmy was, he wanted to work with that company when he heard about it because there was a lot of money and we wanted to give that money away in a video, and I had to talk him back on it. I was like, listen, we're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negatively. So it was a long conversation that him and I had to have, which eventually we passed on the deal. And then Jake, Paul, and Ricegum ended up doing that deal and got a lot of hate for it.
But sadly, this wouldn't be the only time MrBeast utilized these means to get what he wanted.
Shit, my manager literally said at one point that they wanted to associate buying a Feastables with your dream coming true. So they're pitching ideas like, you know, buy a Feastables, win 10K, buy a Feastables out of a vending machine and the vending machine just starts spitting out money, buy a Feastables and it has a ticket to Disney World, whatever, right? And I don't want to put a lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm showing you and not what I'm saying. But I swear to God, I said to somebody at the company, I feel like Feastables is 70% a chocolate company and 30% a lottery targeting children. And this higher up person at MrBeast said it was probably closer to the other way around and was laughing about it. Like 70% a lottery, 30% a chocolate company.
You know what? I'm starting to think MrBeast might not even be his real name. For anyone saying, what about the thousands of people he's helped through philanthropy? This video is not discrediting or discounting that. You can be a person who promotes underage gambling, but still build houses in poorer countries and fund surgeries for people who need it. World ain't black and white. Remember how butthurt he got when Jack Skeptic Eye said MrBeast ruined YouTube? He was right. There is no way a single YouTuber manages to overthrow a whole empire. This is like some Elden Ring type of boss fight, and bro delivered. Remember, Dogpack 404 is not suicidal. A member of the MrBeast team would then come forwards on the 29th of July to debunk some of Dogpack's claims in his video. The user Chucky stated, I quickly want to debunk some of the info in this video since the guy who made it was on my team. It was my decision to fire him for erratic behaviour. He worked at the company for less than a month and wasn't an employee for most of the videos he mentions to have knowledge on. There's so much in his video and I want to specifically address him saying our videos are fake or staged because this is not true and I was on set for many of these videos. You won't get in a video unless you're family or friends with someone that works at Beast. This is a wild statement that can easily be proven wrong. There's probably hundreds or thousands of people who have no affiliation to friends/family of Beast employees. Think the 456 people in Squid Game or ages 1 to 100 etc. Jimmy doesn't know more than like a dozen people. Laugh out loud. The train wreck was CGI, the bus wheels are CGI, the pit is fake. He acts like he's exposing us for using CGI to make backgrounds look cool when we have done multiple public behind the scene videos with So Crispy showing this. It's clearly not a secret. On top of that, we did drive buses in that pit, and same with the train that you claim we didn't. The raccoon was a paid actor. I don't even know what to say to this. Clearly not an actor. Lol. Island cost more than $1. Not true. We did pay $1 for this island. You can Google MrBeast purchases Outer Banks Island for $1, which stated this before the video was released. He moved into a mansion 2 months before being in a video. $1 million mansion. He talks about how 2 months before we filmed the first Mac video that he moved into a mansion. Mac was staying at a friend's house and I'm not sure how that proves anything or why it's relevant. This wink was added in post. Bruh, he really did wink. This is a flat out lie again. The revenge storyline was added in post. He implies 42 and 58 were scripted and not real. The contestants themselves have talked about this on streams they did after the video. They legit didn't like each other. He also claimed 58 was on the far opposite side and didn't hear him. Just because he was on the other side of the room, you don't think 58 heard him yell? How on earth would he know? Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers. He claims our 100 boys versus 100 girls video is scripted, and the proof is a random text saying it is. That's it. It was not scripted. Jimmy probably had countless people on set for that video, and it would have been impossible to hide. This video was not scripted. I was on set for this and there was no bias to who won. He also implies the video is fake because we have some employees on each team. The employees in the video were there to fill in for people who tested positive for COVID last minute, right before filming. Thea, Jimmy's GF, mentioned this on a podcast over a year ago. If it wasn't for COVID, they would have not been in it. They had the same money on the line as everyone else. Some random text of someone thinking it was rigged doesn't mean it's rigged. Laugh out loud. He also suggested the real-time video was fake. It was a nightmare to make this video, and it was legit filmed in 10 minutes. Also, I think some of the MrBeast giveaways are fake. We do not fake giveaways. I have been hands-on with some of them and have personally been the person to connect with winners with our accounting department to get paid. You also suggested we didn't spend $1 million on Samsung phones, and I can assure you we did. Another lie from you. I could keep going, but I don't want this to be long. Dawson himself said on Reddit that he was on and weed when filming this video, which might explain some of the made up stuff. Dawson was only employed from March 25th, 2024 and was let go on April the 19th, 2024. He was on a 90-day trial and we ended it early and paid him out to June 25th as we guaranteed the 90 days of pay so he could transition into a new job. I'd appreciate it if everyone reading this could help dispel all this fake rumours by spreading this info. Jimmy spends unfathomable amounts of money and time to ensure the integrity of what he does, and I hate to see it come into question with a bunch of lies. Dawson, if you leave this up, then you are a hypocrite. With accusations of slander and creating a baseless hit piece similar to Rosanna, it wouldn't be long before Dawson would respond in the comments defending his original video. Debunking your debunking. Good character assassination attempt. You leave out my unpaid trial period and also my time working for Idea Guys, a company for which MrBeast is a client. The founder of Idea Guys also had to get permission from MrBeast to hire me. So weird you guys wouldn't tell him I was erratic. Also weird and shrooms was an obvious joke. Jimmy doesn't know more than like a dozen people. You expect people to believe this? How many people do his employees know? Who was the contestant in Train vs Pit? How about Lambo vs Shredder? How did Ava's cousin Justin get into the Chocolate Factory video? Or Della Vlogs? CGI is clearly not a secret. Cool, so when Jimmy was accused of using too much CGI in Train vs Pit, why did he deny it on Twitter? The raccoon was a paid actor. Bruh, you expect people to believe Chris and Chandler were just petting an actual wild raccoon? From your own source on the island, the transfer tax was $1 and the company also paid $27 in tax and fees for the property. Also, you leased it back to the owner for $0, $1 plus $27, so $28. This wink was added in post. It was, compare the wink to the contestant's other winks in other scenes or on his TikToks. His mouth always partially opens. Here that does not happen because in the original footage it was a blink altered to match the false revenge narrative. Interesting how you didn't mention altering the timers or contestant dialogue in post. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers. You acknowledge that the contestants were not random subscribers, but refuse to acknowledge the clear rigging which can be seen multiple times on camera. Please watch Upper Echelon's video analysing case law regarding this rigging. Also, I've now heard from people on the boys team that they were fed much later than the girls, and that production was clearly favouring the boys. Upper Echelon's video also goes into the alleged illegal lotteries which he describes as seeming completely indefensible. You conveniently forgot to address those as well. Now hide my reply because you're guilty. My guy is kicking off because the $1 island actually cost 28 because he paid 27 in taxes. Just drop the shit and get a job, mate. Is it not concerning that after 5 days they have only been able to debunk 9 claims out of the hundreds I made in my video, addressing only the weakest claims, and even when they do that, they still get debunked by their own sources? Drop your job and get the mate. On the 1st of August 2024, Dogpack would reveal that he had received a cease and desist letter from MrBeast demanding he stop talking about MrBeast and take down the video immediately. But Dogpack continued with his claims and would be featured on popular YouTuber Oompavil's channel on the 2nd of August 2024, in which he was interviewed revealing more shocking allegations of mistreating animals during filming.
Raccoon, in reality, it's much worse than the actor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a domestic raccoon that they brought to the set, and they're like, sort of treating it like a prop. They're putting it in the ceiling and then pretending like, they just discovered it.
Yeah, exactly.
But then there's a scene where somebody off camera takes the raccoon and like throws it onto the bed, and I'm sure you could pull this clip up. The edit is very strange because there's a zoom in and pan up, so it like hides the fact that the raccoon is going on the bed, but what it's really doing is hiding the fact that someone's throwing the raccoon. And then there's a voiceover in post of Jimmy saying, "Oh man, the raccoon just ran in the hotel," or whatever, and they're like screaming at it, and so it's like almost, I wouldn't say animal abuse, but like it's kind of borderline mistreatment when you're just like using it as a prop.
Oompaville would then ask Dogpack about how he felt after receiving his cease and desist letter, in which Dogpack remained very calm and nonchalant, almost as if he knew nothing could be done to him. He also mentioned that he hadn't broken his NDA that was signed when he worked for MrBeast, despite posting the video with allegations.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel nervous, or do you feel
No.
excited?
I feel confident.
You feel
It's not excited, but
little nervous, a little bit. You got to feel a little. I would be myself if I were you.
No, I'm not myself.
Well, you are
because it was 100% expected. It was 100% expected.
Right. I mean, to be honest, it's cool to be nervous and not scared though, because you are coming from the perspective of this is what you believe is truth, and you're doing this out of good faith. Like, it doesn't. The whole disgruntled employee thing. That's sort of that was my initial response as well. It's like, because we've seen so many of these types of things happen, but at some point it becomes like, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, and that duck doesn't mean.
It was pretty decently strategic. I don't think they would have a case, and I've spoken with lawyers and everything, so.
With Dogpack standing firm and not removing his viral video, MrBeast would allegedly send him another cease and desist letter reading, "Dear Mr. Dogpack 404, this firm, new firm whose white-collar criminal defense practice is a second to none, has recently been retained by MrBeast, YouTube, LLC, MrBeast, or the company and its founder Jimmy Donaldson regarding the unsettling news that you have embarked on a campaign to disparage MrBeast as a company and defame Jimmy Donaldson as an individual. Not only are your statements about MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson untrue, they also violate the clear, binding, enforceable terms of your confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with MrBeast, dated March 25th, 2024, the NDA agreement, which you have shown in videos posted to the internet." Along with the cease and desist, Dogpack would post a tweet indicating MrBeast may have been using techniques to scare him into silence. Also, my number got leaked, apparently from a MrBeast employee named Kaylee. I've been getting texts from former MrBeast employees. Text I received last night claims that James wants to have private investigators start following me and looking into my family's social media accounts to find ways to discredit me. Apparently, the best narrative they have right now is that I'm a crazy addicted MrBeast superfan that got fired for trying to steal company funds. If this text is true, I will say, MrBeast, if you want to resort to personal attacks, I'm happy to reciprocate. Or, just address the evidence. Dude, has anyone at Beast contacted you about the posts you're making? I've been reading the NDA over to see what I can and can't post because I'd like to move on with my life and try having some type of social media presence. Not planning on ever mentioning I worked at Beast, but if it got out or if somehow, some way, I accidentally mentioned it, I wanted to make sure I was gonna get sued to all hell. Also, if you're going to post my message for proof you worked at Beast, I don't care. Just don't show my number, you can save it how you want. Also, I got your number from Kaylee. I don't have access to anything Beast like Slack or anything. Obviously, I'm not a Beast employee, I'm a former employee. Someone else I know told me they texted you on Reddit talking about Kaylee and Leroy. I'm not that person and I won't mention any current or former Beast employees because of NDA. Dawson, I'm texting you anonymously to let you know that I heard James wants to have a private investigator start following you and looking into every detail of your life. He wants them to reach out to your former employers, find all your social media accounts, your family's social media accounts, videos of you, anything. They already have a Google Doc listing possible ways to discredit you, including you're on drugs and have mental health problems, your mum is bipolar, you were an obsessed superfan, you were crying begging for your job back after they fired you, you tried to steal company funds, etc. I don't know what's true and what's not, but personally I really think you should just take everything down ASAP. If you take it down, they'll leave you alone. Dogpack would also address the substance use allegations being made against him to make it clear that he was sober when recording his hit piece video. On use accusations. To be clear, because some people can't tell when I'm joking, I have never been a drug user, which makes me anxious. I tried microdosing for depression/anxiety for a week over 3 months ago. Honestly, the taste just made me sick, so I stopped. Wouldn't recommend anyone to use illicit drugs because I'd consider myself an advocate for psychedelic research. Don't really care to filter everything I say through lawyers and PR people. Sometimes I say dumb shit, but my video was well researched. I'd obviously rather MrBeast just focus on disproving the evidence than trying to publicly destroy my character with baseless drug use and mental health accusations, but it appears that's the only option they have. Also, I literally smoked 500 cigarettes before writing this. But MrBeast refused to respond to the allegations, and on the 4th of August 2024, he would upload a video titled "Survive 100 Days in Nuclear Bunker, Win $500,000. Viewers instinctively flocked to the comment section to express their thoughts on the allegations regarding himself and Chris. However, whenever viewers seemed to leave a comment in regards to the allegations, they instantly disappeared. Twitter users began screen recording and posting the mass censoring occurring in MrBeast's comments and the speed at which it was being done, which led many users to suspect the MrBeast team was deliberately removing these comments to maintain his reputation. YouTuber Upper Echelon would show in-depth analysis of how the comment section was being rigged and MrBeast's motive for doing so.
This right here is the 36-hour period of time where the comment section of that latest video was scraped repeatedly and archived. Green is the total number of comments posted. Red is the total number of comments allowed to remain on the video actively. Over that one single 36-hour period from August 4th to midway through August 5th, over 26,000 comments were deleted at a consistent rate, as well as in 2 very large major batches. In addition, we can infer a couple of things from this graph, such as the usage of automatic filters, which would explain why the rate of new comments very suddenly drops off a cliff, also corroborated by showcasing the number of comments containing certain keywords over time. Here's a complete list of the comments, by the way, where you can see things like this, showcasing that all at once, for various keywords and phrases, dozens or even hundreds of comments will disappear in close proximity to each other. For example, comments simply containing the word script were suddenly mass deleted. Comments containing the word fake were mass deleted as well. And for the sake of transparency, I'm going to link this file down below in the description along with other resources for anyone that wants to check or go back and see if their comment shows up here. Keep in mind, this is a rough 36-hour snapshot from the 4th to midway through the 5th of August 2024. It's not the entire lifespan of the video. In reality, far more than these 26,000 comments have been deleted, much of it taking place before the data collection process began. This is just what Hoboon managed to directly capture. The real number of total deleted comments is much higher than 26,000.
Upper Echelon would then investigate the like to dislike ratio on this video, since viewers were unable to comment on the video without being censored. Many would express their frustration by disliking, which resulted in an estimated 2 million dislikes But it seemed like MrBeast would once again deceive his audience. MrBeast attempted to discredit this information by claiming there were only 37,000 dislikes on the video within the first few hours of release.
I'm supposed to believe that a video where the creators are mass deleting tens of thousands of comments only has 37,000 dislikes and has a lower dislike percentage than the rest of the channel's videos?
Upper Echelon would then expose how MrBeast had gone back to edit out portions of previous videos to control the narrative of allegations against himself and Chris.
This right here is a video from 6 years ago where MrBeast decided to tip delivery guys $10,000. I have my gripes with his social mannerisms and the things that are actually done and said here, but if you scroll down, there's a jump in the most recent comments from 10 days ago to 1 month ago. All comments from the entire month of July were purged from this video. But the question then becomes why? Well, the answer is pretty simple. They were purged because they said things like this, quote, "Damn, the Shadman poster is actually there," end quote, linking to 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Interesting. There's a lot of these, by the way, for anyone who's curious. They were targeted and mass deleted as soon as they began showing up. What's even more interesting is that if you go to an archived version of this video, you'll see that the length is 12 minutes and 48 seconds. However, the current version on the MrBeast channel is 10 minutes and 26 seconds. Here's why. At roughly 9 minutes and 30 seconds in, as stated in the comments that were mass deleted, a portion of this video was cut out that showed the team in a living room, and on the wall, sure enough, is a Shadman poster. The same poster that Ava Chris Tyson bragged about making a centerpiece of the living room. MrBeast went back to a video from 6 years ago. He deleted an entire month of comments as well as stealth edited a portion of the video out to hide things. The only word I can think of is cover up.
Oh, so he removed it now. Removing it from the video won't solve anything. Lol, they edited out the thing. Just a week after receiving a second cease and desist, on the 8th of August 2024, Dogpack uploaded a follow-up to his expose video on MrBeast titled, "I work for MrBeast, he's a sociopath," which brought forward even more reputation-damaging allegations.
A lot has happened since my last video. After posting, I got hundreds of messages from former MrBeast employees, and I had them all send proof of former employment. Just people showing their support or telling their stories of fake videos or unsafe practices, toxic workplace, stuff like that.
Dogpack would start off the video claiming MrBeast was planning to release a statement, but held back to see what else would be made public.
And also I have more serious allegations that I want to start covering. Also, I heard from a very credible source that MrBeast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried if he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2, like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Also, I know MrBeast's secret CEO has been practically harassing my people on, hey, what's in part 2? What does he know? So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be about serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes. And I'll make sure to give you full credit and plaster your face all over the screen when we talk about that.
In the video, Dogpack would interview another former employee named Jake Weddle, who personally knew Jimmy. Jake started out by introducing himself and mentioning he'd been featured in many challenges, sticking around long enough to witness the Beast channel transform from small to giant.
Jake Weddle, everybody.
I'm Jake Weddle. Most people who, if you know me from MrBeast, I'm a deep cut. I'm in a few of the videos, sometimes maybe purposefully kept to the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor a lot of the time. But I've been in some videos, I've worked on a lot of them. I was there from 2019 to 2020, 2021-ish when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon.
Jake then highlighted the dark and toxic ways in which employees were forced to kiss MrBeast's ass to avoid being mistreated, and MrBeast's extremely controlling attitude.
The culture around there was very unspoken, but there was a vibe. There was half the people who, if you made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you know, you were in the other half. And I consistently was in the half that Jimmy doesn't like me. That's fine. I don't like him either. It's okay. He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively. And I could tell that the yes men were, you know, doing well. And I was, you know, disgruntled for quite some time. But then it's like, well, how come you didn't talk about the working conditions? Well, I wanted a career. I didn't want to, you know, speak ill of YouTube's golden boy, and then I'm blacklisted forever.
Jake then mentions how he and his co-workers were fired for supposedly asking politely for better compensation.
Jimmy was like, why didn't you get a cooler car? I was like, I can't afford that, bro. Come on, what are you talking about? You know, if I was working on a TV show in the 90s, on a show that was a quarter as successful, I could retire today. I just walked in there and asked for not necessarily a gajillion dollars, but maybe a salary that was more proportional to the work I was doing, given how much revenue that work was doing. I didn't even bring up residuals, because oh my God, if I got residuals for every video I worked on, boy howdy, I could retire. There's another writer there, older comic, he had a kid, and I got paid more than him, and I thought that was wild because he was older than me, had a child, we're doing the exact same job. I was talking to this other writer, Mike, up, you know, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more, you know, because you deserve to get paid more. You know, I don't have a kid. And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, you know, because when you grow up with, you know, nothing, not to say that he did, but I know I did, you know. You get a little something, you don't want to lose it. So he didn't want to rock the boat.
Jake would then go on to mention that 2 years ago, he participated in a now deleted MrBeast video challenge with proof of images showing his participation.
But there was one video I was in, I got paid a lot for, but it didn't come out. It didn't come out because it didn't go well. There was a video that came out probably like a year ago, something like that. It got a lot of hot water when it came out. It was the like surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary or surviving solitary for whatever. It was one of those solitary confinement videos that got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And people don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me, and it didn't go well.
It was later confirmed that he wasn't lying. Despite the risks associated with extended solitary confinement, MrBeast's team assured that it would be a fun experience and that proper safety measures were already in place.
And they try to make the pitch sound like it's going to be like a walk in the park. The pitch is 100 days in solitary confinement, but don't worry, like you only have to last like 30. We have like a video. They're pitching it like at first it's gonna be like a luxury vacation. You're gonna have like a hot tub and an ice cream machine, and like part of the video is gonna be you deciding like what items am I gonna get rid of, you know, today, and it's like the choice. They were like, it's only gonna be bad for me to last like 5 days tops when you have like nothing left. You're the first. It's gonna be like a breeze for most of it, and by the end of it, after 30 days, you're gonna get $300,000 because it's $10,000 a day, and I don't know, man. I grew up poor in North Carolina. I said, excuse me? I'll dance for you if you put that kind of money in my face, sure. They were like, you're gonna be locked in this room and we gotta make sure you're on all the time. We're gonna have cameras on you all the time and you're perfect for this because you never shut the f up.
But things didn't go as planned, and Jake claims it got to a point where MrBeast and the crew weren't turning lights off so they could get time-lapse shots of him sleeping.
I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? You know? And they said no, because it would f up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos they did like, oh, you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight. Oh, great! Wanna know how they figured that one out? I didn't have it. You know, one of the things was you got to take away your clock so you didn't know what time it was. Okay, I got no access to sun, I got no access to clock. I don't know, like, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there. I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me saying, this, we gotta stop. So I just wanted to turn the lights off.
And he claims to have greatly suffered although failing the challenge and being paid a large sum of cash.
Like, things were cool and funny on paper. But when you think about stuff, a hot tub that's not connected to a filtration system, give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. The shower was always cold, and you're taking like a quick shower, and I had cameras 24/7 on me, and the ice cream machine, let's talk about that for a second. The ice cream machine has 2 mugs, on, and off, reeking of smelly dairy, mildew, so I got to choose which sense was assaulted.
Despite this, MrBeast didn't care about Jake, and on one of the final days he was required to run a marathon even though he was unfit and sleep deprived.
And he goes, ask me why I have 2 briefcases. And I'm like, why do you have 2 briefcases? And he goes, oh, because this one's for today, and this one's for the challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today? He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do 22.6K, whatever it is. And you're gonna do it on that treadmill over there. Start running at 12. I was able to take some breaks, and I asked him, how long do I have? He goes, until I get back. And I'm running until 3 a.m. I got off the treadmill. Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid. I got off the treadmill, and then the people that came in to ice my feet, make sure I was good. Then that's when I was like, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I'm out.
Jake would even go as far as considering his treatment on set being equivalent to that of a violation of the Geneva Convention.
And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend. And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing.
Even though Jake was battling sleep deprivation and uncomfortable living environments, allegedly MrBeast was only concerned with getting a clip of how grateful Jake was to finally be able to pay his student loans.
Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans? You know how hard it was to do a take of that? And pretend to make it genuine?
Jake mentions that the alleged damage imposed on his mental health would become so apparent that even the editors took note and were extremely concerned about his well-being.
I was unwell. I had editors coming up to me saying, "You good, bud?" And I was like, "Yeah, why? You're clearly unwell." And he goes, well, because the footage you're sending in is haunting. Because I'm trying to be funny, but I am mentally decaying, so I'm doing bits. Someone said there is a horror cut of a video in this. And I'm sitting like, who's watching this? Like, who wants to see this? What is fun about this, the video? And so the thing that made me I gotta get out. I can't do another day in a year.
While MrBeast agreed to let Jake end the challenge early, he wouldn't let Jake go without making sure he wouldn't take legal action.
Then everybody was around me making sure I was good, making sure I was okay. Damn. But Jimmy had his he was sitting in the chair turned around like an evil villain. Swear to God, everyone was looking at me and he was like Lex Luthor over there. He says, as if rehearsed by his lawyers. Yeah, your mental health's the most important thing. Just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is...
I can almost hear the word Sue come out of his mouth. The S, he just stopped right before it got out.
Jake would also claim that Jimmy was a wolf in sheep's clothing, trying to come off as generous and philanthropic, when in fact he thinks of his colleagues and competitors as less.
That when I got the money, Jimmy said, "Why is he mad? That's more money than he'll ever see in his life." I know how this guy thinks of the poor. I know how this guy uses the poor. Because that's what he thought of me. And that's why he did what he did.
If Jake's statements are true, then it's apparent that MrBeast only cares about the videos he creates and seemingly doesn't care about what he has to do to get there.
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal. And I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do. And I think it was the smartest decision for him that he calculated, because he's very good with numbers. If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If you're gonna do something nice for somebody and you stick a camera in their face while you do it, then you didn't do a nice thing for somebody. You gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street and you saw an opportunity for yourself and your image.
This was confirmed by the company's alleged stance on being told no when trying to film videos in certain locations.
Never take no at face value. If we need a store to buy everything inside of, and you can call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says no, you can't film here, that literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if they are fans or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team. If all avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of many tools that when combined dramatically improve your probability of success when producing here.
Jake would also share rumors about a PDF file working at the MrBeast company.
People have been let go for assaulting some very young people. The idea that Jimmy didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. You know, he's very careful about his image. You know, the tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. You know, how do you prove that, you know? Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender, on the registry and everything, who worked there. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And they knew that. And he's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started.
If Ava Chris Tyson wasn't enough, and considering MrBeast's audience are mostly children, the possibility of a registered PDF being on set and featuring in videos becomes outright disgusting. Jake mentions that the MrBeast team were apparently aware of this and even made jokes about it.
They called him Delaware. It's like, why do you call him Delaware? I didn't know. Apparently they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. That's his nickname? And you know that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered offender? And that your face could be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender?
Dogpack would end off the part 2 expose with an audio recording from another MrBeast employee that alleged that the MrBeast team is trying to cover up Delaware's record. Sir, Dogpack 404 has hit the second tower. Hiding a sex offender with a mask on YouTube is crazy, and calling him Delaware because he's not allowed to go there, this is a new low. Reminder that Dogpack is not Not long after Dogpack's video, Delaware's identity was soon leaked online and he was said to be related to Jake the Viking, which forced a response from yet another shady ex-MrBeast employee. Jake would acknowledge that Delaware was a registered PDF, but not only that, but also his brother-in-law, with the tweet reading, "When he was 21, a 16-year-old girl accused him and others of SA when she was 11. Delaware took a plea deal, but there was no jail time, but he still had to register in addition to this." Jake also stated the real reason his brother-in-law was given the name Delaware, reading, "His nickname isn't Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware. He's from Delaware. He's been back several times." Jake also stated that Jimmy knew about Delaware's record before hiring him, reading, "Before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mum, and explained to them everything. So yes, Jimmy knew, but again, this happened in 2010. Delaware was hired in 2017/2018. According to Jake, the charges against Delaware wouldn't be an issue for much longer and claimed he had never been a risk to children on or offset. Reading, "Delaware charges are said to be dropped this fall. Hurting kids in any way is completely unacceptable, but in this case of Delaware, I firmly believe he did nothing wrong and look forward to the day these charges are dropped." Jake also claimed that Delaware was put in a video reluctantly, but since MrBeast needed numbers, he agreed to do it, and Delaware wore the mask on his own request. Jake finishes the post claiming he believes in Delaware's innocence and has always been a good father and husband to his sister and nieces respectively. The fact that MrBeast hired a known registered PDF file to work on content he makes targeted towards children was disturbing to everyone.
So what was the job that you had to do?
There was no set title. It was literally.
That's a good start.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was. I basically went in to something like a table like this, and the manager's sitting as you are.
Yep.
And I sit across from him, and he goes, "I have one question," and he slams the table like, "Why should I hire you?" And then I was a little shook, and then I went,
You're like, "I don't know, Tyler.
I'll do
just
whatever
told
you
me."
want." And they were like, "Done." Shook my hand, and then I started letting.
Do whatever you want. Did you wink at him at the same time?
No,
What did that turn
I
into,
just was
bro?
like, I had to think of something quick. I didn't
Wait,
know.
that's what you just said. Y'all do anything you want. That's it. And
Yeah, I
he
said I'll
gave
do
you-
whatever you want.
And he said, "That's it."
He said done.
He said
Stuck
done.
his
Wait,
hand
is
out.
this guy still around? Do you know who he is?
No. No.
Wait, do you know who it is?
I know who it is.
You guys are smiling.
Who's got you
Who is
smiling
this
like that?
guy?
Who is it? Wait, I'll chime in.
Wait, do
later
I know
on.
who this is?
I'll chime in later on.
If it wasn't over for MrBeast already, on the 8th of August 2024, MrBeast's ex-girlfriend, Maddie Spidell, made a post to her Instagram story where she finally weighed in on Jimmy, tagging YouTube directly and mentioning, "You need to reevaluate who you are putting on the trending page." She then posted a second image which outlined she didn't want to start any drama, but she felt she needed to speak up for her 19-year-old self. The majority of the post is cryptic, but the video can be paused for you to read the post in its entirety. With these allegations continuing to pile up, Dogpack404 would upload a threequel on August 29th, 2024, where he leveled fresh allegations against MrBeast and his employees.
Okay, so this video is going to focus around one instance of SA. I wanted to put all the SA allegations into one video, part 3, final video until Jimmy responds at least. I sort of overestimated how easy that would be as far as like getting everything approved with victims and lawyers, and like also, you know, traditional media is involved. They've been DMing me, you know, New York Times, Time Magazine, also like documentary people. I don't know, you're like, "Hey, I've worked with Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV and Peacock. Are you interested?" And I'm like, "I don't know," but you know, I think people should go to those more legitimate sources to get their stories out. So I've been referring people to other people because traditional has, you know, more resources than I do and better legal protections than I do for sure. I do have sort of that bigger project, the original part 3, and I have a lot of other interviews and other allegations that I'm working on putting together, so I have something for when MrBeast responds. If his response is bad, then I can sort of point out, hey, he lied here and deflected and straw man argument or whatever, as well as like dropping new allegations.
Dawson emphasized that his video was not being monetized and is intended for educational purposes, underscoring the public interest in these matters.
Everything in this video is allegedly. This video is not monetized. It's for educational purposes only. This is matters of public interest.
In the video, he mentions the Kansas native secret CEO James Warren, who Dogpack 404 claimed was involved in assault. According to Dawson, James Warren is allegedly Jimmy's cousin, and he dubbed James the secret CEO of MrBeast, since MrBeast and his team are not very open.
After I called out James Warren by name in my last video, his Instagram and Facebook got taken down, and his LinkedIn got taken down. So quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO, and I say secret because, you know, they're not very open.
Dawson also mentions that he heard Warren was also reportedly a very aggressive person who has been referred to as a psychopath.
Very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath.
As well as this, Dawson alleges that Warren used shady tactics with some of the editors and even made a female employee leave.
James Warren, also allegedly an ex-drug addict. I've heard that he offered cocaine and to editors to stay late. And then the really big thing is that there was some incident between him and a female colleague that resulted in the female colleague leaving the company and receiving 3 years in severance pay. I'm still actively looking into this incident, so if you have information, let me know. But I've heard from multiple credible sources that this is true and this did happen. Also, I should quickly clarify that a lot of this investigation is allegedly. You know, that's sort of the nature of these instances. I have a lot of testimony, corroborating testimony, but the reason I'm publishing this is that hopefully it brings more information to light.
At the 5-minute mark, Dogpack would then go on to claim that MrBeast's secret CEO, James Warren, was involved in fraud, which involves deception as a means to make money.
I just want to get that out of the way, but what's not allegedly is that James Warren is the former COO of acquisitions of a real estate investment firm called Greenstone Ventures LLC, which is one of the businesses listed in this indictment of his former business partner, Joshua Hutchins, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for running a real estate Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
So before working at MrBeast, James Warren was involved in a literal fraud. In fact, he's actually mentioned in the court transcripts of this case. This is the sentence hearing for Joshua Hutchins. I'm going to highlight testimony from just one of these victims, a retirement age woman named Sylvia. She testifies, I came to know Mr. Hutchins through a very reputable and successful real estate attorney who highly recommended Mr. Hutchins and who eventually left his agency to become the chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. The chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. She explains that the reason she trusted Mr. Hutchins was through the strong recommendation and endorsement from that very reputable and successful real estate agent. He represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. He presented a successful track record in how Mr. Hutchins had delivered for other investments. On the next page, page 16, she testifies, my trust was and has been severely violated. This is the equivalent of financial. Many of us entrusted Mr. Hutchins, who we've come to know to be fraudulent. Just $1.3+ million of worthless paper signed by him fraudulently misrepresented in the courts. So Hutchins was convicted for soliciting investment monies by telling victims that their money would be put to work on a specific property. In fact, Hutchins did not put all the investor funds to work on the property on which the investor was solicited to invest, and instead regularly used investor funds on other properties or personal expenses. Now, what kind of personal expenses? Well, apparently he bought an AR-15 and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His wife had a domestic violence order of protection against him. According to Sylvia's testimony, James Warren represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. She continues on page 17. James Warren, the then realtor who recommended me to Hutchins, also encouraged us to work with Mr. Hutchins on trying to make it work, and we did until it became very evident as to his apparent intent of complete fraud. So James appearing to sort of try to mediate this exchange, saying, hey, give him a chance, don't pursue him, don't sue him, just make it work, right? The real losses due to fraud are evident. Financially, he's devastated my retirement. I can only hope and thank the good Lord that I have a brain to be able to function and try to earn back as much as possible. The impact, over $1.3 million in real losses. These are not, I got a piece of property, it was all fraud. She goes on to describe her financial troubles through the years, supporting her mother who had Alzheimer's disease, how in the crash of 2008 she lost her job and for 2 years was unemployed. In 2014 she had a severe cancer diagnosis, was out of work for over a year. She continues, in spite of all that, I've lived very frugally and tried to make things work. I've made him know of all my history and I told him I could not take the risk. He and James Warren, the then realtor, stated, oh, real estate. She goes on to describe how they presented it as a safe investment opportunity for her, and then James Warren's business partner defrauded her of $1.3 million.
Dawson then went on to discuss one of James Warren's closest friends, LaCoya Hill, MrBeast's producer, who is involved in the adult entertainment scene.
Now on to his alleged best friend, LaCoya Hill. They both went to UNC Chapel Hill together, and they both, after graduating, got into real estate. But by 2017, LaCoya Hill was running an adult entertainment event business in San Francisco called LaCoya Hill Entertainment. Then in 2019, he was hired to MrBeast as a producer.
Our party evolved into this place where, you know, you have the drag queens, the muscle daddies, the bears, the twinks, the like posh boys.
Now, I'm all for personal freedoms. I believe adults should be able to do whatever they want. However, I question what qualified the sort of go-go dance drag daddy of San Francisco for a job producing YouTube content for children. But, you know, it'd also be weird if MrBeast hired Johnny Sins as the janitor, I guess.
According to Dawson, Hill was previously put on paid leave due to accusations of harassing his male co-workers. However, after being supposedly fired in 2021 for the alleged sexual assault of his assistant, he was brought on as the company's COO in 2023.
In late 2021, he was allegedly fired for assaulting his assistant. Now I put fired in quotation marks because he was actually quietly moved to the dubbing company, which was Unilingo at the time. Here is proof that he used the LaCoya at unilingo.tv email, links back to him, links to these photos, one of which was the profile picture for his YouTube channel, which also after my first video, his YouTube channel mysteriously got deleted. And at some point his Twitter also got deleted. I don't know if that's when he assaulted his assistant. I don't know if that's after my first video got posted. Either way, Booty Call Wednesdays are canceled. He was actually brought back to MrBeast in 2023 after assaulting his assistant prior, and promoted to Chief Financial Officer, which is how I personally was introduced to him. Here's some evidence from the internal Slack channel at MrBeast showing LaCoya Hill acting in some COO capacity, saying there's news reporters outside, do not engage with them.
This allegation was also strongly referenced by many of Dogpack's sources.
Here I have a document showing testimony from former MrBeast employees talking about LaCoya Hill. When I say verified former MrBeast employee, I had them send some form of proof. I know who some of these people are. They just want to remain anonymous, but you know, I'm willing to share this with like an independent third party if it needs to happen. Personally, I don't think MrBeast is going to deny sort of this LaCoya Hill story that I'm going to show you. But here's the first testimony, and I'll say this person is especially credible in my opinion. I asked them, did you see or hear of any misconduct at the company? They say yes. LaCoya Hill, the current COO. In 2021, he had an assistant named victim's name. I heard LaCoya acted very inappropriately with victim, booking hotel rooms with only one bed, walking around in his underwear, having victim come to his house and showing him his sex toy collection. Just in general, LaCoya made victim uncomfortable. Victim started complaining to higher-ups and a report got written. LaCoya was put on paid leave for like a month. Then MrBeast moved him to the dubbing company and he was hired back in 2023 and was promoted to COO, even though Jimmy, James, and Sue 100% know his history. Also, I heard that when Victim was let go, he was given $30,000 in severance. I could get you Victim's number. I don't know if he'd talk. I respond, yeah, that'd be great. Also, is there proof he moved to the dubbing company? I could look. It was the original dubbing company called Unilingo. MrBeast practically forced them to hire LaQuoya, and then they poached Unilingo's employees and copied their whole business and created Creator Global. Verified employee number 2. Asked them the same question, have you heard of any misconduct of the company? And they say, yes. I don't know how to spell the name, but LaQuoya, something like that. He was brought in last year after having not worked there for a year or so at a very high level. I respond, LaQuoya Hill. They say, the reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had sexually harassed someone that still worked at the company when he was brought back. Yes, LaQuoya Hill. But they brought him back knowing he had sexually harassed an employee previously. And people often talk about LaQuoya making them very uncomfortable on shoots. I verified employee number 3. I'm looking into more accusations of sexual misconduct at the company, wondering if there's anything you could corroborate. Have you heard of anything about LaQuoya Hill? They respond, the old guy who likes to bang 18-year-old straight employees. Yeah, I've heard of him. Anything non-consensual to your knowledge? I heard he got in trouble for hooking up with his 18-year-old straight assistant, but the company kept it quiet from what I heard. He's a producer and worked in the adult entertainment before MrBeast. Yeah, LaQuoya Hill Entertainment, I heard he was fired for sexual harassment, then brought back a year later. That's what I heard too. Employee number 4. Do you know who LaQuoya Hill is? Yes. And you're aware of the case that has been covered up for some time. Explain. Essayed multiple people, apparently roofied multiple people as well. I verified employee number 5. I'll also say this person is especially credible, but they worked there a while ago, like 2020, 2021, around then. Okay, few things. LaQuoya sexually assaulted his assistant who was straight and LaQuoya was gay. You probably already know that, but James is best friends with him, so holy shit was that surprising that they kept him around way longer than they should have. There were reports of him making the assistant sleep in the same room/bed with him on trips, touching him inappropriately, and dangling his job in front of him.
Dawson also went on to mention that MrBeast has allegedly been actively trying to cover things up behind the scenes since his string of uploads, even going as far as faking emails insinuating LaQuoya Hill was no longer a part of the MrBeast company.
Now, recently, MrBeast has let LaQuoya Hill go. They had this sort of leaked email where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and COO, right? Alluding to the fact that LaQuoya Hill is no longer working there. Now, I have been open with MrBeast about the fact that I was going to cover LaQuoya Hill. This is a single frame in my first video where I reference LaQuoya. He's also in my Twitter header. And I've also just told people who work at MrBeast that they have to let LaQuoya Hill go. So they did what I wanted and let him go, right? Well, just on a whim, I decided to look into the Creator Global LinkedIn, and it had gone private to where everyone just shows up as a LinkedIn member, right? But I saw this, L, LinkedIn member, president of Creator Global. I thought, you know what, that's a little suspicious. So I reached out to one of my connections close to MrBeast and I said, hey, can you look into this account for me? Because sometimes if you have connections, you can see private LinkedIn accounts. And this is what they saw. LaQuoya Hill, listed as the current president at Creator Global. No work history between graduating UNC in May 2001 and becoming the president at Creator Global in 2024.
Dogpack would then read out a message from an employee that had been sent to him, which again highlighted the vile working conditions.
My very first day, I was told to avoid being alone in a room with certain people in positions of power. At least once a week, I was subjugated to inappropriate questions and conversations. Once, a male coworker asked me what I would do if Jimmy assaulted or harassed me. On another occasion, this same coworker said it wasn't fair that women could just decide a past sexual encounter wasn't consensual. Many of the men I worked with would make assault and pedophilia jokes on a daily basis. They would scream and hit walls when they got upset. The minute any woman leaves a room, they would talk about if/how they would fuck her. I've heard men comment on female contestants' bodies many times. Not everyone behaves this way, but no one openly speaks out against it in fear of losing their job. If you complain about any of this, you'll be shamed for being too sensitive or just ignored. You can't take anything to HR either because Jimmy's mom runs it. It's pretty common for people to essentially get paid to leave and stay quiet if they make enough noise about something. There is no employee handbook, by the way. If you ask for one or what the company's policies are, they just tell you to ask them and they'll let you know if anything is against the rules, but again, there's nothing in writing.
One of the employees even mentioned in their message that Jimmy had quote-unquote mentioned that he was aware Dogpack had classified information that could well result in his cancellation. The message also mentioned that Jimmy was well aware of many cases of sexual assault within the company and willingly turned a blind eye.
I did hear Jimmy straight up say that the guy making a documentary on him right now has footage of him saying stuff that would absolutely get him canceled. I have heard multiple stories of Jimmy being directly informed of SA happening at the company and proactively working to keep it quiet. So just directly implicating Jimmy in the SA cover-ups. LaKoya with an 18-year-old straight assistant, so she's one of the people corroborating that story. Ava told Jimmy about a time she was SA'd by another talent member on a private jet, and talent members/employees making advances towards contestants was a regular occurrence.
Dawson would then end the video off by exploring the past of MrBeast's new president and COO, who was supposedly hired during the current controversy, in which he found even more irrefutable evidence that the MrBeast brand is built upon corruption.
But I wanted to focus in on this part where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and COO, we will be hiring a new Chief Human Resource Officer, Chief Financial Officer, interesting, and General Counsel, along with other roles to add capacity and competencies to foster a better internal culture as we continue to grow. So what's interesting about this is that the only person named in an initiative to foster a better internal culture is Jeff Hausenbold. But what's ironic about this is that Jeff Hausenbold has been in the news previously for the internal culture that he helped create as managing partner at the SoftBank Vision Fund. Here's New York Post. Nasty executives shaped macho culture at SoftBank Vision Fund. And here's Bloomberg Business Week. SoftBank Vision Fund employees depict a culture of recklessness. It has also been described as an environment of sycophancy and harassment. So seemingly all the problems that people have with MrBeast's internal culture. But this Bloomberg article also goes to call Jeff out by name. Jeff Hausenbold collects cars, including a blue Ferrari, and claims to own a 20,000 bottle wine cellar, although he doesn't drink himself. Acquaintances describe him as smart and arrogant and almost entirely lacking in self-awareness. He's also gotten away with some questionable behavior. In a discussion about whether to invest in the stationary bike startup Peloton in 2017, according to two people who were in the meeting, Hausenbold opined that its exercise equipment appealed in part to men who masturbated to its workout videos. SoftBank denied the claims, but it's an oddly specific thing for two people to make up a story about masturbating to Peloton workout videos.
With a pending response from MrBeast on the allegations being made against him, on the 17th of September 2024, MrBeast would collaborate with fellow YouTuber turned boxer KSI and the WWE star Logan Paul, both of whom have had their fair share of controversies. And the three of them would go live on Instagram announcing the release of their brand new product named Lunchly, a Lunchables competitor.
An entree and a drink.
Wait. A drink?
A drink.
Some chocolate.
Yep, some chocolate.
And an entree.
And an entree.
Wait.
And they call
Some
I don't even want to say
chocolate,
Chocolate.
a drink,
A drink.
and an entree.
And an entree.
Yes.
Okay.
Perhaps you guys are piecing this together, but this is Lunchables. And
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce you to Lunchly.
Oh my gosh.
The product is shown to include Prime Hydration, the brand represented by KSI and Logan Paul. Feastables are thought to be healthier alternative to Hershey's chocolate, and a final unspecified third to make up the main portion of the meal.
We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar. Turkey Stack 'em! 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
Fiesta Nachos. 22 grams of sugar.
10 grams of sugar.
7 grams of protein.
9 grams of protein.
Come in close and look at the queso cheese in Lunchly versus whatever that is. Drip versus stick. I like my cheese drippy, bruh. This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. Look, it's watery. I can't even look at that. With 400 milligrams of electrolytes, my God!
And it's available for around $4. Super affordable. Go give it a try.
Oh my God.
Following Dexerto's announcement of the trio's product, the responses would be flooded with largely negative comments such as, "Let's address the elephant in the room," "Wow, more subpar cheaply made shit," shirt with YouTuber branding on it, and I wouldn't consume anything tied to Logan Paul. The choice of wording used by the three attracted mockery, memes, and criticism from larger influencers who were unimpressed at the sight of major YouTubers promoting processed foods to their highly impressionable army of young fans.
They look different, but they basically taste the exact same. Like, the cheese here is a completely different color, and guess what? They probably both use food coloring in these. It's basically the fucking same. I'm sorry. And I do think that the salsa from Lunchables is better than the salsa here.
I can already hear the judgment in the cafeteria and like, oh my god, you don't have Lunchly? My mom got me Lunchly. You have Lunchables still? Damn.
The pizza, for example. Funny that they highlight that they use smoked uncured pepperoni with no nitrates added except for naturally occurring. You care about nitrates, you don't care about seed oils, emulsifiers, preservatives, gum. Is it better than Lunchables? Maybe slightly, but this is still ultra processed trash.
The backlash escalated after much respected popular Minecraft YouTuber Dan TDM, who for the most part is uncontroversial, spoke out against the Lunchly launch. What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. The post would gain 50 million views in less than 3 days, with the majority of responses being in support of Dan. But Dan wasn't the only large influencer to speak out against the Lunchly launch. iBallistic Squid also expressed disappointment in the trio, writing, "None of them are passionate about health towards fans, only their wallets." Many were skeptical as to why Dan was so vocal about the situation, but it seems Dan was lamenting the cultural shift that the video sharing site has undergone over the years. YouTube culture was built by small creators filming content with low-resolution cameras in their bedrooms, but over time the site has become much more corporate and popular creators have morphed into brands. The perceived authenticity of those early years has been challenged by a glut of entrepreneurial content creators who seek to use YouTube as an advertising platform, a place to attract eyeballs and launch businesses. A similar thing that Jack Skeptic Eye had addressed in the past in regards to MrBeast. Logan Paul would reply to Dan's tweet the following day stating, "I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version, you're upset? Then don't eat it." Paul then went to war with the community notes feature on X, with commentators referencing allegations of lead contamination in Prime hydration and questioning the amount of electrolytes in the drink. He went so far as to tag ex-CEO Elon Musk, alleging that community notes contributors were telling lies about Prime. KSI also responded to Dan TDM, posting pictures of Dan TDM branded U-Chews toys in an attempt to frame the YouTuber as a hypocrite. Community notes pointed out that KSI had also collaborated with U-Chews. Finally, MrBeast would respond to Drama Alert's tweet which mentioned the outrage seen in regards to Lunchly. Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese, they use cheese product. They can't call it cheese, a higher quality meat, etc. Obviously eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, but if someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people do through Lunchables, then I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good in my opinion, and why we launched Lunchly. As we get economies of scale and can get things cheaper, we will only be improving the product more and more. No positive comments can be seen on MrBeast's response, with one comment reading, "Bro is all quiet about the allegations, but when it's time to defend his profits, he's real quick. Understandably, many are further disappointed in MrBeast and wondering why he's now selling junk food to children, considering he largely mentions wanting to be known for making a positive impact on the world. What's even more concerning though is that both Logan and KSI have partook in their fair share of controversies and have in the last year been exposed by popular expose YouTuber CoffeeZilla for allegedly scamming their fans of millions of dollars by promoting cryptocurrency coins to their young, impressionable viewers.
Has there ever been something that's gone so far down the line and then last minute you've got, this just isn't going to work, we need to sack this? NFTs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This was KSI in his KSI crypto era, and we got this big shiny presentation for the Sidemen NFTs, one of 10,000.
Wow.
And NFT projects, especially back then, were like, launch the NFT project, make $20 million that day. What happens afterwards? Everyone should make money, but if they don't, who cares? You made 20 mil. And we had this big like deck, and like JJ thought it was the best idea, and then the other guys were like unsure, and I was like, I will not let this happen. So I had to like do a detailed breakdown of every reason why I thought it was a bad idea. Because I was like, I want to kill this dead now because I do not want there to be a Sidemen NFT.
Yeah.
I do not ever want to make millions of dollars at the direct expense of fans getting nothing for it. A useless token online. And also with the way we've got a bunch of businesses, like if you effectively scam people or like fuck them over with one business, everything else loses credibility. Okay, what shortcuts are they doing to make their vodka worse? Like,
yeah,
so on and so forth. Like, it's like
a credibility just down the drain, really, isn't it?
It could have been so bad. Like, our whole credibility could be shot.
Yeah,
over something like that.
Unsurprisingly, on the 19th of September 2024, MrBeast would have lawsuits filed against himself and Amazon by 5 contestants competing on a MrBeast hosted reality competition show, claiming they were denied pay, forced to participate in unsafe conditions, and subjected to a culture of and sexism. The lawsuit was filed on Monday the 16th of September in a Los Angeles court by participants on the Amazon Prime video show called Beast Games, which was announced in March. It features over 1,000 contestants, $5 million in prize pool, and many other world records. The 54-page document describes allegations of players being subjected to unreasonable, unsafe, and unlawful employment conditions that led to several contestants being hospitalized. Plaintiffs said they were fed sporadically and sparsely and not given adequate access to hygienic products or medical care. Sexual harassment was also alleged, but many specific examples of the claims were redacted in the document. And with all the new allegations arising every single day, there seems to be a pattern in behaviour coming from Jimmy, a pattern of trying to cover up sensitive situations rather than acknowledging them publicly. It'd be an understatement to say things aren't looking good for MrBeast, and despite the removal of comments and numerous dubious attempts to clean up the allegations, the comment sections on MrBeast's posts remain largely negative, while at one point it seemed impossible to cancel MrBeast due to how large his audience is and how many of his younger fans wouldn't even know the allegations existed. It seems the recent controversies piling up are resulting in constant carnage to his reputation.
The day previous of me going to Georgia to go and perform for you guys and with MrBeast, I buried my grandma. Wow, I did not expect that. I need to buy my mom a house, and then I need to be able to ship her off to wherever the heck she wanna go to live out retirement happy. Going down to MrBeast, it was different because, you know, I went to MrBeast the day after we buried her. Money was go to pay for her funeral costs. You don't know the full story. Some would compare it to torture, but you sign contracts, you can leave whenever you want. So like, you're getting paid for your job. It might be a little quick, so I'm gonna put up some photos. I was hanging on this toilet seat with the legit skin on the back of my legs, okay? That was the key factor of me staying on for 32 and a half hours. By 45 minutes out of an hour, you need to lift up your legs and peel off the little bits of skin off of that porcelain toilet seat, so your whole thigh doesn't completely embed into the toilet, okay? But wait, there's more. We weren't flat-faced. We were diagonal. By the 32 and a half hour mark, I was like this, okay? And the only thing that was holding up this 200 plus frame was the skin on the back of my thighs. I loved the experience. I loved it. I cherished it. I learned so much about myself. I learned that I have a pain threshold that can be broken once, broken again twice, broken again 3 times, broken about 7 different times. MrBeast, they have to cut this shit out, guys. They have, cause like, if you were to see this shit, y'all wouldn't feel so great about what you're watching, because you wouldn't know the work and the passion and the extras. Like, if you were to put out this extra shit, y'all would hate Holmes, but it's not because of what he's doing. It's like, it's legitimately, we sign up for this shit, okay? Don't forget that. You sign a contract, you know what you're going through. But y'all would look at MrBeast differently, and that's not cool. I was torturing myself to get to what I wanted, which was $1 million. What would you do for $1 million? What would you do for $1 million? If you go ahead and watch Last to Leave the Toilet Challenge on MrBeast, they will ask me probably 3 times, like, hey, you wanna leave? Hey, you wanna leave? Hey, you wanna leave? And then I jump. No, guys, no. They cut maybe 10 plus other times that they asked me if I want to leave. Say like, all right, you're in a painful place, and like, hey, you can leave, and like, you know, a train of like goodies comes by, and they're like, hey, you can leave and you'll take these prizes if you leave right now. And then like everybody's mouth is watering and everybody's in pain or tired or some shit. And they're like, you know what? I'm gonna take these goodies and go. Or I'm not gonna take these goodies. I'm here for whatever you're here for. For me, I was there to get my mom a house. All right, I was there to pay for my grandmother's funeral costs. You'll only see 3 times. They offered that 14 separate times. Say no to $10,000 14 times.
And with MrBeast's legal threats to silence others, it only seems to be making things worse. The reputation of YouTube's golden boy has forever been tarnished. Speaking of reputations, a man who also no longer has one is Boogie2988 after he got caught faking cancer. Click on screen to watch now.